would have thought Michael Jackson's movie would hit $1 billion? Children of Blood, Children of Bone. There is more things to talk about. Marvel, they got some casting, some X-Men rumors. I thought Adam Driver was going to be Magneto. Now he's going to be Sinister, and that chit chat has been going on. There's a Scott Summers casting. I think DC had a couple casting talks about, the front runner for Batman is this actor now. Like, what? Front runner? Huh? How is he going to have a front runner? You're either cast or you're not. There's not a race where someone's winning. We got a whole bunch of casting rigmarole, and then Avengers Doomsday has a poster to analyze, and then we got to talk about the comic books. How about we begin with the comic books, Marcus?
Do your thing, but before we do that, bust down Pantheonas, and not just Pantheonas, all the Pantheon who believe in Michael took it all the way to $1 billion. Shout out to all the believers out there. You said just a second ago, who thought anybody with 2 cents to rub together?
I didn't. I thought I predicted Michael Jackson wouldn't gross $1 billion.
Yeah, I know you and Arthur Rose sitting over there with the dunce caps by yourself in anti-Michael land. Everybody else knew what time it was. Everybody else knew what time it was.
This
not
is Marcus.
Anti-Michael land. It's not.
This is Mark. This is the narrative that he's driving right now. I was skeptical of the international audience.
We had to stand on it. We knew what was going to come up out of there. Michael Jackson? Michael? Thriller? Bad? Man in the Mirror? Absolutely not. Nothing short of $1 billion. With full confidence. Chest all out there.
Yeah. How dare I make fun of his vitiligo? How dare I come up in here and misread his lyrics of his song? All the disrespect that I took part in. Remember that time I came in here and I'm like, Janet is the best Jackson? Remember that time I did that?
You might as well have, when you said Michael wasn't going to hit $1 billion, that might as well have been what you were saying.
Is that what okay, got it.
Yeah, you and your homeboy, I'm going to wait for him to chime in the chat. Where's it at, fella? Where's it at? Come on.
Groovy Fee is in the building. We appreciate him. Professor Film Fan. Felix? How about that? Junior Network. And Buck Stotts is in the building. Hey, Xavier's here. The perfect attendance from the regulars. Tony's in the building, of course, with Wolverine. MJ Part 2, gonna make $1 billion easy. Well, actually, sequels are known to. I'm playing.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
Jamar Bailey, hey, what's up? LMAO. Mets, my shirt. Mets, my shirt. I'm not wearing a Mets shirt. I'm wearing a Nintendo 64.
Where you at, dog? Where you at, dog? Where you at?
Yes. Bust down, says Johnny. So Marvel has an editor-in-chief, okay? Marvel Comics has been run by this dude for the last 8 years, maybe, after Axel Alonso, and his name is Akira Yashida. I mean, CB Sobalski is his name when he's not using a Japanese pseudonym to infiltrate that market and confuse people. So Akira Yashida, CB Sobalski, now no longer is the editor-in-chief over at Marvel. There will be changes there. This follows Dan Buckley, the president, leaving Marvel Comics. They're also moving the headquarters from New York to Burbank, California, Hollywood. It is all in line with the Brad Winderbaum overseeing comic books, and whoever they put in charge will probably just be more like in sync with the movies. It's just that the comic books have sucked for a long time and directionless and stagnant, that I'll take anything. So I'm like, okay, look, how much more worse can it get? Because I really am not pulling that much Marvel comic books. So I'm happy.
Is there any feelings towards them moving the publishing office from New York to LA? Does that matter to you at all? You think it has any impact?
In the world of the internet, you text message a guy in New York anyways. Like, I don't care. With the digital age, the office doesn't really matter to me.
Well, I guess my thinking is that at least not just in like organizationally, but also literally physically. The idea that publishing and the big wigs, the execs, are in completely different sides of the country, as opposed to, hey, let me just walk down the office and tell you Kamala Khan's going to be the greatest X-Man ever, or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I don't know. Maybe I have no idea. I've never worked in a comic book office, but it's something that came up.
They're both going to be at the same place during San Diego Comic Cons. They're both like the New York side and the LA side, right? They're both going to meet, at the New York Comic Con. There's 4 or 5 times a year they're in the same place, anyways, just because the business has brought them together. Does actually living in the same city mean they'll see each other more? Yeah, but like it goes from 5 and 6 to 11 and 12 more times. They're still not, like, everything's going to be done by email and all that stuff.
So that's a Chipotle burrito.
Marcus, can I have a bite of your food? Hey, yo, Tony wants a bite of your food.
Not the same.
He wants a burrito with meat. He wants your meat.
Not the same thing as what you said before we started this joint.
Dan the man. Did Freaky Nikki make that sandwich for you?
Who is Freaky Nikki?
Nicki Minaj?
No.
Did she do something viral lately?
Hold on. Oh shit, Freaky Nikki, Obsession. I was like, where have I heard that before? Obsession, the girlfriend. Absolutely no. Chipotle burrito shaper.
Oh my god, I love Chipotle. Chipotle is my life. Anybody remember that Vine?
We do. You should have asked, does everybody remember Vine? Little age tester.
What's 9 plus 10?
What?
And it always will be. So outside of the Marvel comic books, DC comic books had an eventful week. Wonder Woman's being written by Stephanie Williams for a couple of issues. And New Titans has Static joining the team in that comic book in issue 37. And there's like 4 pages towards the ending of the book where you can read to see exactly what his position is. Static is here, and it's time to buy that book. I would buy that book. I would say like increase the sales on that. Obviously, it's not going to lead into a ongoing series next month or next 2 months or even 3 months, but there are some movements going down in the comic book space that are positive, that are encouraging. I think on the Marvel side, Black Panther has a team up with Namor versus Doom, I think. A little one-shot book that they're doing. If you're interested in that, that's about it for Marvel. You interested in seeing T'Challa team up with Namor?
No.
McKenzie?
Not at all.
Why not? He flooded Wakanda.
Wow. No. No. Fuck no. Fuck no.
Okay.
I'm an age-old beef kind of guy. If we got beef forever. We beef forever.
Have you never, like, Nas and Jay-Z were on stage and they can squash beefs? Have you ever never squashed a beef?
Is it once for real? It must have never really been that deep. And that happens sometimes. Sometimes you really be in a confrontation with somebody, and then at some point you just realize, you know what? It's not worth the energy. I don't even hate you all like that to put up this type of energy. So, you just didn't hate that person. But if you hate hate is strong. That's why I don't run around talking about I hate people all the time, because that designation means infinity. It means forever. From now until there is no more smoke on the planet, there will be smoke.
Johnny says, we try to tell you, Chill, he's just as big overseas. What? Johnny, look up the numbers again to see the international audience.
No, we don't have time. No, we don't want to even. I mean, you can look it up if you want to, but
you can look it up. But the comparison point I made was the Bohemian Rhapsody movie. So check that out.
How does it compare to Bohemian Rhapsody now, though?
Now? What do you mean now?
I would say it has a better international audience than Bohemian Rhapsody, correct? Right? It didn't gross more internationally than Bohemian Rhapsody?
Oh, you may be using the word internationally where I would use the word worldwide.
Okay, those mean the same thing. But no, worldwide means you're including the domestic. I'm saying international.
Just look it up later.
America, outside of America, you're saying Bohemian Rhapsody made more than Michael?
not just that it made more than Michael, but like percentage wise, for every dollar the American money, there you can look it up later. You can see, but that's just
Why are we still talking about percentages when we were talking about percentages
that's
before?
all I was ever talking about.
But it was in the service of trying to get to a Billy. We've already hit the Billy. What the hell does the percentage matter?
It wasn't anymore? It actually wasn't in service of making the Billy. I actually wanted to point out something
your
about
entire
how the
basis of bringing
international.
that up was whether or
Yeah.
not Michael could hit a billion. That was the only reason why we were talking about that. Fam, stop it. Stop with the revisionist history. Cut it
Every
out.
time,
Cut it
no, but
out.
every time I'd introduce that concept, the conversation would talk about, oh, let's do the billion talk, and I'm like, the international audience will not show up at the same rate as the domestic. That's like what I've been doing. I'm not the one doing revisionist history. I'm actually,
that meant that it wasn't going to hit our projections of $1 billion. You didn't think it was going to hit $1 billion, and you didn't think that because you didn't think. What?
I did early. I did early think it was going to make $1
You
billion, but I
literally
never
just
did
said you
towards,
didn't
like,
think it was going to hit $1 billion. You just said it on this stream. Okay. So, and one of the reasons that you kept going on and on about was whether or not it can make money internationally. So how does it
at the rate that Bohemian Rhapsody did, because it was my one comparison point that I brought up.
More outside of the States than Bohemian Rhapsody did. How did it not? I'm struggling to understand the point.
Because it didn't gross more than Bohemian Rhapsody did outside of the States.
So can we see that, or are we just talking out of this part of our neck?
What?
Like, do you have it in front of you? Are you looking at it? Or are you just saying that?
Why is it? What? No, I'm not just saying that. I know.
Do you have the evidence? Like, what are the numbers? You haven't said a single number to me yet.
I didn't memorize the numbers.
So again, are you just saying that? Because if I were that forceful about if I was that definitive about it, I would at least know one of the numbers. I would know that, Michael only hit about 300 million somewhere in there, and then Bohemian Rhapsody hit about 5. You don't even know a rough estimate, but you're that confident that it didn't sell more than Bohemian Rhapsody, even though it made more money overall.
Yeah, I didn't memorize the numbers, but
no, it's not about memorizing the numbers. You're just saying stuff.
No, I'm not.
It's not based on it. What is it based on?
It's based off of me looking earlier and knowing, oh yeah, look at that.
So then what was the rough estimate of what you saw?
I don't remember what the rough, I think it was 25. I think it was 25% domestic for Bohemian and 75 international, but Michael's is higher than that with the domestic versus international.
Percentages.
Oh, it's probably the same with the actual totals too.
I want to see. We're gonna do this.
Can I do these super chats that just came in?
Go ahead, brother. Get to it.
Arthur Rose gifted Chen Chill Monger. He is in the building. Arthur came to play. Hey, appreciate Arthur Rose. Arthur, kiss from Arthur a rose. Great.
Good to see you, brother. Good to see you,
Arthur. Our favorite Arthur, not that AARDVARK. Arthur Rose, H1D, gifted. Appreciate you. Oh, we got some super chats too. Let me go to the super chat. We've got a super duper ooper chat from Arthur Rose, $10. I'm not sure which of these channels he gave it to because he's active right now. He says, it is what it is by the skin of its teeth for this billion, but it counts, I guess. A man of my word. I was incorrect on MJ Reach. You're muted. You're muted, Marcus. Yeah, it's got the mute icon. It is what it is by the skin of its teeth for the billion, but it counts, I guess. A man of my word. I was incorrect on MJ Reach.
Okay. So you were absolutely right about this percentage thing that you're talking about. It was absolutely like 75% of their box office was international. That's because they only made $200 million here in the state. Their domestic Their domestic presence was shit compared to Michael. But by how much? Like their percentage switch, absolutely. Like the 75% of their audience happened internationally. How much did they make? 629 is what Michael made internationally. 629 million.
And it's still making more.
And it's only right. It's still making money. And that's only hold on. Let me see. That's I think it's closer to about 30 or 40% for Michael. Hold on. Let me see. Math wasn't my best subject, but I think I can approximate.
Well, we do the math with Arthur, who gave us 10. Salute to that math.
Appreciate it, Arthur. Yeah, so it's about a 60-30 split domestic to international for Michael. Michael made 629, Bohemian Rhapsody made 680, 686. So for all of that, I don't think they'll be able to command that big of an audience. They had significantly less, about 15% less in percentage points, and still made $600 million internationally.
It's almost like I was confident the domestic audience would be
fam, but it didn't mean anything. It was a useless stat. Like you pointing that out didn't mean anything for the overall health domestically or internationally for the film. The film made twice as much internationally as it did domestically. Okay. It meant nothing. It made almost as much money as Bohemian Rhapsody did with a lesser split. They didn't have to dedicate as much of their audience to international, and it still made the same type of money.
Yeah, but like you kind of walked
to 686.
You kind of walked past it with a lesser split. It didn't have to make as much internationally. Like that's my entire point. I'm saying that the international audience is not as progressive.
Your point was that it could make the same amount of money in less amount of split. That was your point, because that's what happened.
My point is that white supremacy is incredible, and not to doubt it, is that the international audience will not show up at the rate they did for the Bohemian Rhapsody movie, and that was why I thought it would
not making any sense right now. You're
makes a lot of sense.
Making very much sense. We can move on from that. You're not. You're looking the math in the face and like sticking to what you said I was on, the narrative. It doesn't make any sense, Chill. They made 686 million, and that was most of their box office. Bohemian Rhapsody.
Okay,
Bohemian Rhapsody made 686 international.
Okay.
That is a majority of their audience. Michael gave roughly a little over 50% of its audience to international, and it still made 629. But your argument is that white supremacy kept Michael Jackson from it. No, it wasn't even that much of my audience. I still made over $600 million internationally without having to get that much of my audience to be international.
So what I said happened, but it wasn't that bad.
Jesus Christ. Absolutely indignant. It don't even make sense to continue the conversation.
Well, we can continue reading super chats.
You sure can.
These $10 super chats.
Money big, Uncle Phil, twin Glocks, Helen Lil, niggas hate, Uncle Tom, spin them off me, hair sell, get them off me, go to hell.
Arthur Rose, $10. And happy birthday to my grandma, 89. 89? Hey.
Happy birthday, Grandma.
That would mean what? You were born in what year if you're 89? In 1937? Is that when you were born? Wow.
Yeah. Whoa. Shout out to Grandma.
There's a human being around right now who was born in 1937 and can be like, yeah, molded in sliced bread.
Not for sure.
I remember when we used to ride horses.
I remember when we used to ride horses.
When did cars become the thing, though? What year was that?
I mean, turn of the century or turn of last century, 1900s. I would say probably 1920s is probably when you had like an explosion of vehicles everywhere, where everybody might have had one, but early 19th century.
Hey, I saw some stuff about railroads, which is going to bore the entire audience, but like, yeah, a lot of corruption. There should have been more railroads, actually, and a lot more trains than there is cars.
That's kind of like a budding industry that we have today that controls all of our economies.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
AI? No? Don't have the comparisons based off of the documentary.
Now help me out.
Rank corruption, lack of oversight, draining of resources, draining of taxpayer dollars to create it, and then a pending bubble that will ensue because of the mass corruption that was going on. Over evaluating companies that don't really have value just because they're in on the scheme.
It's like with anything new, they're going to be like in the internet when it was new. And then people started posting videos of what really happened in 2001 in New York. And then, whoa, YouTube got bought by Google and the internet started becoming so much more censored. The Rocky trailer was good. Did you see that Rocky trailer?
Rocky.
Yeah, Rocky had a trailer. So Sylvester Stallone is making Rocky. The making of the movie. Someone is
it was happening. Okay.
Somebody is playing Sylvester Stallone in the movie in the retelling of Rocky and how it was made.
I have. Oh, wait. Yeah, we talked about this. No, I didn't see the trailer though. That's dope. Who was playing Rocky? Do you recognize the actor?
Nah, I forget. Trying to find it. Hold on. I Play Rocky is the name of the thing.
Where do you think LeBron's going?
I don't know.
And I gotta have faith in myself.
You need to show everyone who you are.
I like this girl.
Yeah, he looks like him.
Sylvester?
That's right, his real name.
It's got a nice ring to it. Sylvester Stallone. It's like Peter Parker.
Are you delusional? You don't got the looks to be a movie star. Not to mention, you talk like you got rocks in your mouth.
Yeah, I know I don't look like Einstein, but I got a brain. The only way for me to get to show people is me to have to write a script for myself.
Yeah, so do that. Write a script.
It's like when Rocky speaks to Adrian.
And give yourself the best part.
Adrian.
There's something big here.
And he looks like
You wrote this in 3.5 days. This is freaking good. Touch someone like Chuck Bronson, or we could do Eastwood.
Guys, I play Rocky.
I have no idea what that means.
So the writer wants
I
to
play Rocky,
That's
motherfucker.
the lead. No, absolutely not. Throw some money at him. 25K.
No.
Raise the offer. Try 75. You fucking cars, for Christ's sake. Sylvester.
No.
175.
Go to 200.
No?
I'm not giving this up. Not for $1 million. Not for 10.
I would give it up for $10 million.
Hey.
All right, now if you do this,
Comes with some strings.
He gave it up for
we're gonna fall
10.
1 day behind schedule.
Please pause this. Please pause this.
It's frozen solid.
They're gonna kick you to the curb. You broke your
You have the foresight. You have the 2020 clear-eyed vision to see what this would have became. You would have given up the slot for $10 million, knowing what you know now about what becomes of Sylvester Stallone.
No, not knowing what I know now.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I was about to say, you know how that played out. Why would you want to give that up? A lot more than 10 million goddamn dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Hand.
and they can replace you with a real actor.
I don't even know what I'm doing is any good.
Just do the best acting of your life and everything will be fine.
How far behind schedule are they?
They're not.
This movie
Ah.
is about having a belief in yourself. It's about going the distance. I put my heart and soul on the page. If I'm not willing to live up to what I wrote, then what's the point? So do you believe in me? Or not? I thought you said you could box.
I lied.
Let go of the head.
I'm an actor, goddammit. You always lie.
Yeah.
I play Rocky.
Hey, don't do Carl Weathers like that. Carl Weathers was in here whooping that ass. I don't even want to hear that blasphemy. That's propaganda. But everything else looks good. I will definitely be seeing that for sure.
What an interesting movie, because that genre, it's not even like, it doesn't even exist yet. That genre of the movie behind making the movie. That could happen for a lot of the things we love. James Cameron with Terminator, George Lucas with Star Wars, or whoever else is responsible for launching.
Yeah, but they weren't trying to be the main guy though. They weren't trying to put themselves in the film. So he had an even steeper uphill battle to fight. You know,
who did put himself in their film? I don't know. The creator George R. Martin didn't put himself in there. I don't think Tomi Adeyemi is going to be in Children, Blood and Bone.
She's not even going to be at the premiere.
You never know.
I mean, shit. Let Gina Blythewood tell it. She was there the whole time. Somebody lying over there. Somebody lying between Tomi and Gina, because they both playing the fuck out of crazy right now. Somebody lying.
Johnny says, so this movie is about a dude playing a dude about a real boxing dude?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
He worked hard on that accent, I can tell.
I liked it. How about another super chat?
Cause DUI bills driving, that's crazy. They don't fit me cause I'm just a project, baby.
DreamCon was crazy. Stand on business, Chill. We don't stand down. What are you talking about? I'm not here to fight.
Michael stuff.
I'm not here to stand off
you
business.
In a group.
I never have. I said something about an international audience that they won't show up.
And Arthur Rose, y'all are a boy band now. And y'all's sign is Michael Jackson. It's gonna be like a picture of Michael Jackson with an X and a circle over top of it, like a. That's gonna be on all y'all t-shirts. It's gonna be on all y'all merch. Y'all gonna have headbands with that sign on there. It's like Michael crossed out.
Yeah, I made a prediction that a movie would not make $1 billion. And what did Arthur? He says it's by the skin of its teeth.
It is.
On month 3, it got to that billion. Yeah, my prediction was off. I had a wrong prediction.
Hey, at least Chill hopped off of it a lot sooner than some of y'all other ones. You know what I mean? Some of y'all still trying to hold on to the hate on King Michael.
I never hated King Mike. What
hate out your heart?
That's You know me and Michael Jackson. Wacko Jackal. That's all I said on this stream.
I relinquish you from your hate, brother Chill. Let it go.
Hey, keep those DMs private. Hey, you can't do that. Hey, get rid of this chat here. We got more super chats that came in.
You gave me fortune. You gave me fire.
Just watched The Odyssey and it was epic. Yo, shout out to you, Vincent Moore, because look at that. Like, he saw a movie. He's so enthusiastic. He's like, let me come to Pantheon and let me talk about it. Like,
that's dope.
Yeah. Did I doubt a Christopher Nolan movie would be good? But yeah.
I am thirsty for good Odyssey news. So if anybody else has seen it, please don't spoil it, but tell me that you enjoyed it. I'm big on the Odyssey this weekend.
It was epic. 9 out of 10. Ooh, epic and 9? I don't know if that epic means 10, right? Epic is a big word. That's like,
I mean, 9 is pretty damn good. That's a high score.
Is it?
9 is high. I don't give out 9s willy-nilly.
We got Torian Rain reloaded in the building with the camera on. Torian, how are you doing?
I have chills because I just watched The Odyssey, and let me tell you something. Christopher Nolan was born to be in that director's chair. When I tell you this man is on my personal Mount Rushmore of directors of this current time, he's right there, because The Odyssey is one of my top movies of the year. Ooh. If you have no plans this weekend, you dig deep into your pockets down to the lint and you dig and you scoop out some funds, some dividends, and you go watch this movie in IMAX. When I tell you this movie, and I'm not even exaggerating, I promise you, I'm not exaggerating.
Okay.
This movie was so good. The performances, I'm gonna tell you something right now. For those who think Tom Holland can be only locked in with doing Spider-Man stuff, he really showed his range in this movie. Especially in one scene, it almost knocked me back in my chair. I said, Tom Holland, that's you acting like that? Like it like blew my mind. It was a scene with him and Anne Hathaway. The way that she yelled this particular line out, it kind of reminded me of how Queen Ramonda was in Wakanda Forever when she was going at Okoye. Like it gave me that same kind of vibe. And y'all know what scene I'm talking about. But it was really
have I not given everything?
It kind of gave me that vibe right there when I was watching it. But the Odyssey, the sound in this movie was so freaking good. Whoever was in that sound department in that booth mixing and doing that music composition, kudos
Christopher
to you.
Nolan and sound usually don't synchronize.
I was about to say that has been the one constant criticism I've seen is about the sound. You are on the completely opposite spectrum of that. That's interesting.
No, the
Maybe
sound really did work.
Theater.
I would say the one time when they messed up with the sound was probably Tenet. Like I think it's like that, and for me, that's where they messed up with the sound.
Yeah.
But in this movie, the sound worked right when it dealt with the water, when they were dealing with the Cyclops, even with the battle scenes, the music that they were using for the battle scenes. Now, to people over there, and I'm gonna throw some dirt to the people over there who messed up that third act with Supergirl with that whimsical music when she was fighting, that was not what you were supposed to do. The music that they use for the battle scenes in this, that's the type of music you should be using.
So if Ludwig Göransson gets the Oscar again another time, this guy is on the he's John Williams
2.0
composer of our time. He's like the John Williams, Hans Zimmer, of this current generation.
What if I told you he already is? He already is that level. He's surpassed guys like who did the Avengers, Alvin Silvestri. I think I prefer Ludwig Göransson's name attached to a movie than anyone else right now. That's disrespectful to John Williams, but like I don't care.
Yeah, but and the performances across
over
the
John
board.
Williams.
Yeah, if you let me do a movie, I'm gonna choose Ludwig Göransson. What were you saying, Torian?
Oh, but to answer Jada Informant's question, was how long was the movie? The movie was about 2 hours and 52 minutes, so it was almost 3 hours. But it didn't feel like it because the way that the story was told, it flowed to the point where when I checked my phone, I was like, we only 2 hours in, but it didn't feel like it. It was a very smooth ride. It felt like you was on the journey with them. And it seemed like, I'm gonna put it like this. I said, Odysseus, who was played by Matt Damon, don't stop at another beach. Because every time you stop at a beach, another obstacle you get hit with another obstacle every single time. And the thing is, one thing that really made me want to watch this movie, because I remember when I was in high school, it was required reading for us to read the Odyssey in our English class. And I remember how long that story was. It was so long, it took us like a whole semester to get through it. The Odyssey is a very, very long story for those who are unaware. And the fact that Christopher Nolan was able to compact that into 3 hours and give a fleshed out story, I tip my hat to him.
I'm happy that you liked a book from school getting adapted into a movie.
Yeah, I did like it. I will say this, in high school, I probably wouldn't appreciate it that much because it was such a long story. So we had to, like, every time we read a chapter, we had to get a quiz on it. So it was like we getting a quiz every week. And then on top of that, they go after we was done reading the Odyssey, then they hit us with another long story, Julius Caesar. I'm like, my goodness. So you just want to hit us with back-to-back long stories.
You know what would have been smart if this came out during the school year? A lot of kids are on summer break in July. Wouldn't it have been cool, like, if teachers coordinated and then they could do a class trip to see the movie? That would have been smart. That would have been millions. I don't know.
But also at the same time, Christopher Nolan likes doing them summer movies. So I mean,
he wants that summer box.
And also another thing, Christopher Nolan loves the month of July because Oppenheimer came out in July. Dunkirk came out in July. He likes the month of July. So like he likes the summer and he likes so it's dead center right in the middle of the month, in July. And everybody did a good and let me just say this. So all the people out there that had something to say about Lupita Nyong'o being the Helen of Troy, let me just say this. The woman is not on screen for no longer than 10 minutes.
In a 3-hour movie.
She has a very small part. And she's playing 2 roles. She's playing Helen of Troy and her twin sister.
Oh.
So she's playing 2 roles. Of course, they're not on the screen at the same time, but that's who she's playing. And her character is married to John Bernthal's character, Helen of Troy. That's who she's married to.
And what's the story? Helen of Troy is from a bird egg, like is not really born from a person.
Yeah, she was born from an egg. Yeah, that's basically the story. She was born from an egg.
So there you go.
Man,
if they're gonna race swap somebody,
making it back in these chats, but that was a hilarious comment. Ugh.
We've got
all in all, like I said, all in all, Odyssey highly recommended.
I want to cut to a super chat featuring a movie that Christopher Nolan directed, but I can't find one. We don't have any people dancing in Nolan movies.
No Dark Knight, anything.
It was some people it was actually some belly dancers in this movie. Like it was kind of like a blink and you'll miss it type of thing.
Why would there be belly dancers in ancient Greek? Was it like that?
Shoot, hell if I know. It's Christopher Nolan's version. It's his vision.
Whoop that!
And
trick.
let me just say,
Jay the Informant with the $5 super. Even if you're wrong, never apologize to Mark or Darius or Blue Lawrence or especially to the audience, like you did yesterday. Sad day. Oh, yesterday I was streaming and Lawrence sent a super chat and he says you have to say sorry to Marcus and Darius and Blue and Torian. And then
yeah, what you mean never say sorry? You just making it worse on yourself. You just making it so I get to continue to talk about how you was wrong.
Well, sorry for what? Sorry for predicting a movie wouldn't make $1 billion and it did? Okay, I'm sorry for incorrect prediction. I take all of that. I wear it right here on this shoulder.
That
Hurricane
Darius.
I said Hurricane Darius gonna come sweeping through here in a few minutes. And
yeah, see, you just got a little bit from us. Darius the one really going off.
And just like Lawrence Reporter said in the chat, he said movie of the year right now. It's definitely up there. It is up there.
More than Scary Movie 6.
I'm about to say what would be up there. Obsession is up there.
Stop it.
Obsession is definitely a consideration, I think.
Oh yeah, that's definitely one of my top movies of the year for sure.
But it's only July. Usually the big movies wait until the second half of the year so that you're thinking about it during award season.
Oh, this movie is definitely going to get nominated for some awards for sure, no doubt about it. Especially on the technical side. That was last year.
Last year, it was 25.
And they filmed the whole thing in IMAX. That's why you said, wait, I have to watch it in IMAX.
Yeah, they filmed it all in IMAX.
Interesting. Well, thank you, Jay the Informant, for that money. Yeah, no more apologizing. You know what? So what? Huh?
No, you already did it. You already apologized. You can't be a tough guy now.
Okay.
You gave it up. You gotta choose one.
Well, you send me money, I'll say anything. See, you see, Lawrence paid to get the apology, and now Jay paid to cease apologies.
Just like Lawrence, and just like Lawrence said in the chat, sound. I'm gonna keep going back to that sound.
Okay, the Odyssey
is so odd because I've heard two people do their out of theater reactions, and that was like a common thing was that like I had some problems with the sound. I couldn't really hear the dialogue at some points, and you have the complete opposite reaction. So it's got to be a theater thing. If you didn't see this thing in the right format, it probably didn't come through audio wise. That's key for.
That's why I said. That's why I said.
See this thing on a large format screen, or else it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Only 'cause I pay her. Roxanne. All she wanna do is party all night.
Vincent again. Oh, big fan of the movie. He says Mark Wahlberg's new movie is based on a true story. By any means, it was good. Wonder Man actor in something else. Spider-Man trailer looked in Dolby.
Yeah, and it's the crazy part about it is I actually learned the real story about what that movie is based on maybe about a couple weeks after I saw the trailer. The story itself is absolutely insane, and if they pull it off, I can see that getting some nominations as well.
It's
Mark
going to be
Wahlberg and Yai.
If they tell the story accurately.
It'll be this year's one battle after another, and I don't see them going into the history that deep of Mark Wahlberg's character as to keep him clean enough to be a protagonist, right? Because the man is a mass murderer. He was a contract killer, and he was a CIA asset. So, like, I don't really know how virtuous you can turn that character into if you tell it that way. And so, in that way,
a Confederate battle flag?
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
So this movie takes place in the past where oppression is rampant.
In the 60s.
They still have Confederate flags in place.
It's during Jim Crow, and yes, it is some places in the South that still have Confederate flags in federal buildings.
Gotcha.
I don't think historical accuracy is what they're hitting on here. They trying to get a buddy cop film between Yahya Abdul-Mateen and Mark.
I just don't want to see a man being the victim of police brutality and racial profiling in my entertainment. I have a heavy plate of that, and it's kind of something I'm trying to reduce. I'm on a diet, so this doesn't really intrigue me, but sure. I'm sure the movie can still be good, right?
If you were going to tell the story accurately, then maybe I'd give it a chance. This shit seems like some Batman and Robin shit, and I don't particularly want to be down for the propaganda, but I will maybe I'll catch it on streaming.
Yeah, I'm sure the movie's going to be good, everybody. That's Mark Wahlberg right there. Wow.
Yeah.
Very transformative. Was it Green Book?
Like
What's he?
to me.
Yeah. Look, we're not going to get flagged.
The only thing that they did was they put that prosthetic nose on him, which looks crazy.
The way that they did Michael with Coleman Domingo, the eyebrows and things, that was impressive.
Yeah, the makeup department killed the makeup department killed it with Michael. And also, speaking of Michael, did y'all see the that behind the scenes video they did with Jafar rehearsing the bad performance from the end of the movie? Oh, listen,
let me find it.
Killed it. He killed that. Just the rehearsal. Like they just released it, I think, like last week, if I'm not mistaken.
I got it. Oh, it's like 4 minutes long.
Yeah, because it's the whole rehearsal.
And we know how the words go, right? Yeah. Who's back? I'm sure he takes it off at some point.
Can we?
No, he doesn't. Good job. Shout out to Jafar. Do I gotta apologize to Jafar also?
You should.
Jafar.
Apologize to Jafar, Jermaine, Tito, Marlon, Janet, Latoya. Hell, apologize to Samuel because that's their cousin. You know what I'm saying?
Apologize.
To all people associated.
Apologize to Bubbles.
Janet. Apologize to Bubbles. Bubbles the llama.
Apologize for not knowing that Bubbles is a chipping out a llama.
Oh no!
I'm about to throw something at you. I'm gonna throw something all the way to goddamn Canada.
You better be lucky Darius ain't up here to hit it.
and see that right there is exactly why. That is why you didn't understand the power of my.
You know how to know you're not Darius?
Right
because if you were doing a Darius, you'd be wearing a hat.
Who
Darius
was. You underestimated the power, is what you did.
Okay, Cat Williams fanatics. Apologize to Darius for making him sound like Cat Williams.
I will not.
for storytelling, like he did on Shannon Sharp's couch. Hey yo, I DM'd you something about W's and L's. Did you see it?
I did.
Sophie
Sophie Cunningham.
Cunningham?
I was actually already on that story.
Oh, okay. Listen, you can talk about this on Sunday. So reserve. Everyone look forward to that on Sunday. But I think there's nothing wrong with the point and everything. And then just taking advantage. It's just the real world. She's gonna get a shoe deal because she happens to look good. Like
I think you're way too apologetic for white mediocrity, but I'll give the take on Sunday.
All right.
If life worked that way for everyone, then sure, but it doesn't. It's mainly her demographic that type of shit works out for.
Are you mad at her at all for what she did on the court in the heat of the game?
Are you talking about her?
Her.
I don't expect much from white women, so I can't really be all that disappointed. She was supporting her sister. Her sister.
Y'all can't.
She was supporting.
Y'all can't see the whole. Y'all can't see the whole thing, but they gave us this nice giant big. Hold on, let me turn the blur off this thing so y'all can see.
Is that for Odyssey?
Yeah, they gave us. Yeah, they. Hold on. You might. Hey, Chill, can you put me blow my camera up bigger?
Got it.
All right, hold on. Let me get it. This whole poster.
IMAX.
Sheesh.
Oh, because you get the poster when you see it on the opening day, right?
I'm not gonna lie. I want that. I want that.
I was not expecting the poster to be this big. When I got that, I was like, whoa, they had to give me a rubber band so it wouldn't unravel.
That's dope.
They
are usually a lot smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Usually it's smaller, like almost like a picture frame size, but this one's like a poster.
They gave you one that they put in the Mylars. Like that's the size that they usually put in the joint.
Like literally, you can go to the store and get it and get that thing framed and hang it up on your wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There might still be supply on Friday though. Today is just a Thursday, right? Something to look forward to. For
they had usually they only give them out when they're doing like those early like fan screening type of things. Like that. Now I know they'll probably do the same thing when Brand New Day comes out for sure. They're gonna do the same thing there. I gotten so many posters from these theaters, like for AMC rather, because that's where I go to whenever I go to see the movie early. But it's a nice poster. I was not expecting it to be that big.
That's dope.
How about we go?
And by the way, those silver things that you saw on the poster, the giants. That scene right there was absolutely diabolical. That scene was insane when they had to fight them silver giants.
Okay, so it's an IMAX movie. The aspect ratio is higher. Did they take advantage of that for the giants? Why am I surprised?
Yes. Like literally, you can see everything, even with how they did how they did the Cyclops.
All right. X-Men. Super chat. Chi-Town, RW Chi-Town says, yeah, this may be early, but Morph and Wolverine a couple. Yeah, bro. You know Disney full on the gay agenda. By the way, when I say that, when I say what I just said right now, they've never overtly, with the main character, have designated resources to making a character lean that direction. There's a supporting cast, there's background. There's Frozen, Elsa. I don't know, is she not? We're not going to answer the question. They've never actually done that. So there you go. You were saying, Marcus?
I think that was Bo's direction in season 1. And some of the residual effects of writing Morph and Wolverine as a tandem now is left over from what was kind of established in the first season. Because if you pay attention to this episode, there was some things that you could take as him being prodded about liking Wolverine, but it also could just mean that like he admires him or he looks up to him in a way. Like Sabretooth keeps telling him, oh, he's got you whipped. But like there was never like an overt, like you said, there was never an overt acknowledgement that it was more than just idealization, that it moved beyond a mentor-mentee type of thing. Like most of the stuff that Morph is giving off emotionally to Wolverine in this episode is more so. It's like empathy from your little brother. Like, damn, I really want you to be better. I really want you to do better. I want you to be a better person.
That's the vibe I got too.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I can't be mad at you, Chi-Town, for taking it like that, because that's how they set that shit up in season 1. And I think now when you play it through that lens, it always looks like that. They would be better off just splitting them up and not doing whole episodes where Morph is concerned about Wolverine because of what we did in season 1.
I'm still speaking of Morph. The funniest part for me with Morph was definitely at the end of season 1 when Phoenix came and literally drained Mr. Sinister of all his powers, and he had him looking the way that he did, and then Morph turned him into to how he looked then, and he said, because Mr. Sinister was like, he was like, how do I look? And he was like, oh, like this, and Mr. Sinister ran off and said, oh. I laughed too hard at that part.
What do you think?
I find characters like
for another topic.
Yeah, but with Morph and with Mystique and a character like Prodigy who can take the brain of a person that he touches, I think like when characters can go both ways and they can see it from both perspectives in X-Men, they turn out to be something on the not spectrum, whatever the correct word is, LGBTQ plus. They turn out to be that way. So Prodigy, Mystique, and Morph are the 3 characters who will come to mind when I think of that.
Speaking of, I came across this YouTube channel, I think last week, and I started marathoning most of their shorts, and they were talking about some unmentioned Black superheroes like in Marvel and Disney. The name of the channel is called Unsung Black History. And I learned that there is actually a level of mutant above Omega, and it's called the Omicron level. And only one mutant is at that level, and her name is her name is Miranda. She's Black, and she's the only one. And Beast actually labeled her that because they said she was so powerful that she went beyond the Omega level. As a matter of fact, they said she's so powerful that she might actually be able to go toe to toe with the one above all. Like, that's how powerful she is.
So you telling me that the one above all is gonna look at Miranda? He's gonna say, "Yeah, that's you, Miranda. That's you. That's you."
You crazy, Chill.
That's an epic moment. I don't care. Sophie, you did nothing wrong. Okay, keep showing up at UFC, being the ring card girl, Sophie.
You can't prod me like that. You can't do that. You're gonna take the conversation all the way left. Leave that alone.
He's not even a
Join
real
the
doctor.
stream on Sunday.
Okay.
Don't dangle that bait. I was gonna ask you before I was drummed over, what you thought about Driver being Sinister. Well, I guess being pitched.
Oh,
as
the wooden
Magneto,
actor.
I'll answer that.
You mean the
super
wooden
chats.
actor?
I'll answer that after some of these super chats. Would it be okay if I answered these super chats?
Damn, go.
All right, let's do super.
Let me tell you how I spent a couple hundreds today.
Oh, Bow Wow. Represent that. Columbus's own Bow Weezy. You should let me hold you. Bow. So Pumali, hi. He says, reading is fundamental. Go Odyssey, go Nolan.
I'm telling you, Odyssey, like, they got it. They are. I can't even get my words together. That's how good that movie was.
It's Children
I
of Blood
couldn't
and
stand
Bone.
Rob Pattinson in this movie.
Is Children of Blood and Bone
But
going
that
to be
just shows you
eligible?
how good he played his role.
So that's an adaptation. Children of Blood and Bone. So is Nolan. Are they going to be part of the same Oscar award season? Because it's a January movie, but when does
Eligible for what?
For Academy Awards and every other awards. I would hope so, because the adapted screenplay is important to me.
I didn't know if he was asking me or Torian or just.
Well, we got to see, because that's coming out in January, and that's coming out at the end of January at that. So it might probably miss the deadline.
Good. It can be eligible next year. Okay, but thanks Pumali for that the $2 super duper chat.
Appreciate it, Pumali.
We got a $10 super chat that just came in. You got us feeling emotions. Where's that? Where's that one? Where's that one?
Got me feeling emotions deeper than I ever before. Oh, oh, oh. Got me feeling emotions higher than the heavens above.
I feel
expected you to
good.
hit the thing
No,
by now.
it's loading. That's the problem. It's loading. Is he down there? You don't see it yet, but it's loading.
Please.
And hey, yo, and with all that accurate singing, they might actually flag us for that one. Vincent again. Hello, Vincent. Appreciate you so much. He says, or she says, no, it's a he. If you watched Back Rooms, they put 16 minutes of extra credits. Loved the new Evil Dead burn its blends. The Evil Dead burn its
It
blends comedy and action.
Yeah.
But if you handle gore, don't watch. Will you be checking out Fall 2? Oh, I think I know the movie Fall 1, right? Incredible movie, very suspenseful. And then like she wasn't actually there the whole time. She was hallucinating. That was a crazy movie. I care about Fall 2.
Yeah. And also, yes, Evil Dead Burn was actually pretty good. I really enjoyed Evil Dead Burn.
Was it?
And there will be it will be another one coming out. I don't know, probably if it's not next year, maybe the year after. It's called Evil Dead Wrath. Like they had them dead eyes doing some crazy stuff in Evil Dead Burn that I'd never seen them do before.
Did they burn dead?
Yes, they did, Chill. To answer your question, yes, they did.
Good. As advertised. Nice to know. So we've got some casting noise that came out from Marvel and from DC. The first one, were you talking about Adam Driver? Who did you just bring up right now, Marcus?
Driver as Magneto, but then nope, not Magneto, maybe Sinister. I don't think any of these are confirmed, right? All of this is just rumor mill stuff. We haven't got a deadline or variety on any of these.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, with Driver, when I heard Magneto at first, I was trying to get into it, right? I think he's the same caliber of actor as a Fassbender, maybe just doesn't choose the same type of roles. But Magneto just didn't feel right. I don't know what it is. It just didn't feel right. Now, Sinister, I can get with. A villainous Adam Driver done right. Not, worked up as some, scorned anti-hero who was just manipulated into being something he really wasn't. Kylo Ren. You know what I'm saying? A real true blue antagonist.
And not be a wooden actor.
I could see Adam Driver doing that for sure. I would much rather see Sinister than Magneto.
In my opinion is don't really want a big actor. Kind of want a guy who would sign for long term and show up in TV shows and movies. And Adam Driver's a guy with options. So it's just like Pedro Pascal. Like, damn, you did not need to get that dude for other reasons, but you didn't need to get somebody who is going to be costly, but they think they do. If that's true, if it's rumors true. How about Cyclops' actor? Did you see the guy who was in the Long Walk? That guy was
Long Walk. That's Philip Seymour Hoffman's son. And first of all, God bless you if you don't have an actor parent and you trying to be a star in Hollywood. Like God bless you.
Because that nepotism is real.
Where did he even come from? Like, yeah, man. But he was actually pretty good. The movie was good. He would need I don't know who the fuck this is. Who's this guy?
Nicholas Alexander Chavez.
He looks familiar. Like I feel like I've seen. Hold on, I've seen him somewhere.
He's a 26-year-old. That's a good little age to start if they film now.
He'll be 30 by the time the movie comes out.
Oh, he was in the monster series that Ryan Murphy does, the one with the Menendez brothers. He was one of the Menendez brothers. That's why I remember.
Okay, yeah.
He played one of the Menendez.
Is he tall? Yep. How tall is he?
Let me see. What is his height?
Did he at least seem tall as a Menendez brother?
He is 6'1".
Ooh. Pull up dude from Long Walk.
Who? Like which one?
The lead, the white guy.
My time shine high low
Cooper.
said.
Cooper
Yeah,
Hoffman.
there you go. Cooper Hoffman. Now he's got a shed. I mean, he got to have a summer that's like a Christian Bale going from the fighter to Batman. He got to have that.
Short too.
He's short. He was taller than. He seemed.
He says he is 5'6".
Holy
that's
shit!
not Cyclops.
What are they talking about? My time.
Let me check.
Christ.
Okay, my bad. They said between 5'10", 5'11". My bad. I don't know why they said 5'6".
Still not Scott Summers. Scott Summers is the tallest on the team. Him and Storm. I mean, maybe they're not worried about that. Maybe they don't care about Bill. Even
Camera
if he's not.
Camera angles. That's all I gotta say. I mean, look at what they did with
camera
Arnold
angles?
for the Terminator. Arnold Schwarzenegger is not tall, but he's big. Like, back then, he's a bodybuilder, so he had the size. Camera angle. So they just shoot it from a certain angle.
And then he can wear some lifts in his shoes. You can sneak up 2 inches.
But then everybody else has got to be under 6 feet tall, though, to make it believable. You can't have somebody out there. You got a 6'2" Wolverine and a 5'11" Scott. It's going to look away. Well, if they're worried about that, they may not be worried about the aesthetics of all of these characters as much as how they play them. I think that would be a mistake. But this is Disney.
I guess they'll figure it out.
This is Disney. I do like him as an actor, though. He was very good in The Long Walk. Very Boy Scoutish. He has that all American vibe to him. The we got to do the right thing, guys. He got that Scott Summers vibe to him. So I think he could pull out the role for sure.
He looks like his dad too.
And he looks affordable. This guy does not have a very big filmography. Good. Cast him. How about Odessa?
James Marsden said, I'm going to get my one last in before y'all just kind of push me to the side.
I think he's about to get done dirty in that movie. I think he's about to get done dirty.
And then we look over to Rogue, and it's not going to be Keke Palmer. This one from James Mackwell says, Odessa Azion is reportedly being considered for the role of Rogue in Marvel Studios' X-Men. She is 25, something like that. If she can do the voice, there we go. If she can't do the voice, that's just as important as height, because that Rogue voice is pretty iconic.
Yep, the accent.
She's 26 and she's from Los Angeles, California.
Creole, Louisiana
she's a Nepo
accent.
baby too. Her parents
who's their people?
Felix O. Adlon, a film producer.
Oh, of course. They're not gonna do like.
Are you starting to see what's going? You starting to see what's going on?
Yeah. Do they ever do nationwide casting calls anymore?
Gone are the days where they're just getting like random people who are not connected to anybody.
That's what I'm saying. Like y'all don't go across the country looking
They
for
do them to say that they did them, but ironically, they already have the person in mind casted that they want.
Like
that's just like job interviews. They already know who they want hired, but they gotta put out the job search because company policy.
Yeah, like an NFL coaching job.
If I needed a Rogue, I'd get every Caucasian woman in the state of Louisiana to just read these lines real fast. Like, just read. Yeah, nope, move on. And just you know what I'm saying? Same thing with Gene. Every natural redhead who has the slightest bit of profile. Come here. Let me talk to you for a second. Let me see if we can do this. That's how I would do it. Maybe I'm a bad casting director.
They already got their Gene though.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. So it seems like it's going to be Miss Sync.
And by the way, speaking of Gene, they showed an exclusive kind of like, I guess you can say it's a 2 weeks until release date trailer for a Brand New Day. And I think they have another $1 billion movie on their hands. I mean, it's Spider-Man. Why not?
For what? Oh, Spider-Man? Yeah, for sure. Spider-Man looks good. What's going on, Butts?
The next one is from Ryan Coogler talking to Variety. Damn, this is the wrong tweet. I would rather have like a more like facts tweet, but I go to the account says Ryan Coogler has revealed that Jamie Lawson and Indy Navarrete are in early talks to star in his next film. And I would believe his next film, because X-Files is a TV show, his next film would be the one where he desecrates Black Panther. So could that be Storm right there?
Oh, that's a good point. His next film would be Black Panther, wouldn't it? But who's that white
Black
woman?
Panther.
Who that?
Wait, what does the article say?
Who the white woman? Who would she be?
I clicked on the article,
That's
but it was
that's Indy now. That's Indy now. That's Indy Navarrete. She's from Obsession. Nikki in Obsession.
So hold on now. Let's brainstorm. You know, I love to theorize about shit that's not even confirmed to be happening. All right, so Storm, we need the random white girl, Nikki, Freaky Nikki, to be somebody. She could be Selene, right? He was talking about he wanted more mutants in this movie, or allegedly, maybe, that they want to jam it packed full of mutants. You got two right there, Storm and Selene.
And after she did Obsession, her stock went way up.
I don't know what Selene is doing in Wakanda or anywhere around there, but I also don't know why Storm is showing up without T'Challa. So
over on DC, Cosmic Book News says that Alan Ritchson is now the front runner to play James Gunn's Batman. Our sources say Gunn wants a bigger, older, darker Dark Knight, closer to Zack Snyder's Batfleck and Absolute Batman, to clearly separate him from Robert Pattinson. That is reportedly. But I have to stop and say this. Because Zack Snyder's Batfleck came previously, James Gunn wants to make him differently, right? It makes him different. And that is exactly why Jon Stewart Green Lantern will be ignored, and every progress that he's able to make.
Can you read the article?
Ignored, and Hal Jordan.
Read the article.
Right, I was trying to figure it out.
Read the article.
It'll be closer to Batfleck and Absolute Batman to clearly separate him from Robert Pattinson. And that is reportedly why the Batman Part 2 moved to February of 2028. Gunn wants his Batman possibly with Damian Wayne, while Matt Reeves is fighting to protect his own corner of Gotham. One source put it bluntly: Reeves is pissed, but Gunn is desperate. So Alan Ritchson is supposed to be Batman now. You guys believe it?
Why does he look like Homelander right there? Look, he looked like Anthony Starr right there when he was Homelander.
So I was hearing that, I think I read somewhere that the delay for Batman 2 was due to some J.J. Abrams movie, and that Gunn or Reeves didn't have anything to do with it, that it was a Warner Brothers move. They're suggesting that that it was a direct move by James Gunn to try and reposition Reeves as Batman behind his. I think, okay, so number one, it is, if you're going to have two of these running at the same time, it is a smart move to have them being contrasting in every way possible, as not to confuse the two properties. Because again, this has never been done before with this size of a character. The idea though that you can fast track the Batman story into something we haven't seen on the big screen yet, which is Bruce as a father. I don't know, man. It feels too adventurous. Like, I get that you need to separate from Pattinson's storyline and his Batman and really like differentiate yourself, but you're also not taking into account like the entry point to the story. When have we ever come in cold on a Batman story and like it be successful, right? I think Clooney was the last time we came in cold and didn't do any type of origin building for Batman, and look where that left us. Not that story needs to be retold over and over again, but you need to have some sort of actual starting point, right? Like you need to have some sort of foundation for the rest of the movies to go on. So I think it's a little bit adventurous to be thinking, you know, Council of Owls, League of Shadows with Damian, Ra's al Ghul, all of that right now, first movie.
I saw a rumor that ScarJo was being considered for Poison Ivy in the Batman. With the power of the internet, someone's already made her in Poison Ivy's outfit.
That's dope.
That's the root. Yeah, I know, right? Isn't that so?
You know
incredible?
what? You know what? And you know what's so crazy? I would have never pinned her for being Poison Ivy, but I wouldn't be opposed to it either.
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
Because she has the look for it and she has the charisma for playing that to play that part.
Yeah, let's call it charisma.
Yes, for lack of another
that's
word.
what she that's what she got. Charisma. That girl got class.
Keaton had no origin. He was Batman. Ian's scene. Well, Batman Begins is the only origin story Batman. I guess. No.
Keaton's Batman comes in. He's already Batman. Yeah. But did they not do? I'm trying to remember. In one of those movies, either the Kilmer or the Keaton. Yeah, the gun down scene. That's what I mean. Like, at least there's some sort of basis, jumping off point for Batman in one of these movies. Are you going to spin the block on that if you have Damian Wayne in the picture? I don't even think you go back to that.
Okay, now here's one that's not a rumor, okay? Because we're all into DC. We're anticipating some of their stuff. The most anticipated, though, is who's going to be playing Gorilla Grodd, and James Gunn confirms it's a deadline. It's going to be Jimmy Tatro, officially boards DC's Jimmy Olsen's Superman spin-off series as Gorilla Grodd. Hey, I'm happy with the race of the casting of this gorilla character, and good job, James.
I mean,
I'm right there, Marcus. I'm right there with you too. It's like it's one of the things.
What do you want me to say about this? Like,
it's whatever. I mean, hey, kudos to him. Kudos to Jimmy Olsen.
Congratulations on the job. Don't expect me to pretend to be excited though. Like, it's
exactly. I'm. That's exactly.
You guys want me? I can leave you the link to the Deadline article. I can put it in the chat for everyone who wants to read Deadline.
Yeah, man. I don't think this show should be happening.
If they want to click on it, let them go right on ahead and click on it. Like I said, when they said that they wanted to do a Mr. Terrific show, I was like, okay, because he was a fan favorite from Superman. Like a lot of people talked about him. But when they said they wanted to do one for Jimmy Olsen, that's like, for Jimmy Olsen, I was sounding like Soldier Boy. I was like talking like I was sounding like Soldier Boy Drake. That's literally how I was thinking about when they said they was going to do a Jimmy Olsen show.
I think I would have even accepted the concept of the show, right? A show about Metropolis villains and adjacent villains told through like a crime docu-series featuring Gorilla Grodd. But then the protagonist is going to be Jimmy Olsen. Like, look, man, I get it. If you really in love with Superman, that's your property, then you fuck with Jimmy Olsen. But like, call me a casual Superman fan, a casual DC fan. I'm not showing up to see some guy named Jimmy Olsen.
Let's see who
I know
you
Buddy from the Righteous Gemstones.
We showed up for Penguin. We showed up for the Penguin.
We did show up for the Penguin. You know why? You know why we showed up for the Penguin? Because we had already showed up for Batman. We'd already showed up for Batman, and so we wanted more Batman. Less people showed up for Superman, and so how many more of those people were going to show up for an even lesser known character from the Superman tree than what Potts was for Batman?
Well, let's answer that question. Let's play this game. These are the rumored people appearing in Superman's Man of Tomorrow. You either say yay or boo. Okay. Superman, Lex Luthor. That's easy. Yay.
Yay.
Mm-hmm.
Brainiac.
Yay.
Yeah.
Secondary Green Lantern.
Yeah. Yeah.
Supergirl.
Meh.
Lobo.
Wow. We'll see what they'll do with him in this movie.
Okay, then. Peacemaker. I'm actually interested in every single one of these guys so far. Guy Gardner. Okay. Maybe that's the first. Maybe he was good in Superman 1. Hawk Girl.
Listen, when she found out, at first she was probably questioning whether she was going to come back, but when she found out that Jon Stewart was going to be in it and it was played by Aaron Pierre, she said, "Sign me up," because we know why, and we know why because of their relationship.
No, she's not Shihara. She's like this.
Shihara, though.
Yeah, she's a brand new hot girl from like alternate world.
Which they can still do it. this James Gunn universe. Anything goes.
That is true.
So Wonder Woman's rumored to be in this movie. Yay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if she's there, that's a yay.
And Maxima.
I don't feel like we needed the double up, but I'll take it, I guess.
I feel like it's too many characters to do Maxima. Terrific. I'll say yay.
Definitely, yes.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Hawkgirl and Guy Gardner are in there. Why wouldn't he? And Martian Manhunter.
Yeah.
Could Wendell Pierce be playing Martian Manhunter the whole time?
Hey, that would be nuts. That would be a twist.
The Blue Beetle is supposed to be in here.
That was the most recent one I think they added to this cast.
Very random. So he's going to be the only holdover from the last universe. Do they do anything to explain it, or they just go forward with him being?
Didn't James Gunn say that the Blue Beetle was like the beginning of his
So
DCU was Blue Beetle? I think.
I knew I wasn't crazy. I knew I wasn't crazy.
It is. He said that. He said Blue Beetle. He said Blue Beetle was the start of the DCU, not the Batman or whatever. Not Superman, I should say. Blue Beetle was the first one.
Well, he said it both. Like he said that Superman was the start of the DCU, but then he also said Blue Beetle was the beginning. It was the start.
So because Blue Beetle is not. Yeah, Blue Beetle's not part of that. The DCEU. It's part of the DCU.
DCU. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody showed up in it that would make it not believable. I'm trying to remember.
I saw it. It had its moments, but it wasn't. It didn't have a mass appeal like they were hoping it was going to have.
I was just saying I don't remember them directly referencing stuff from the DCEU. So there's nothing that happened in that movie. Yeah, no, nothing that happened in that movie that would make it adaptable.
So like Pluto said in the chat, he said the Blue Beetle is the first DCU character, but not the movie is not canon.
So then how is he the first DCU character if the movie itself is not canon?
Yeah, that's complicated.
That sounds like James Gunn. It sounds like a James Gunn.
Just don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. He was brought in at a time where a movie was already in the library, ready to be released, and so he was like, all right, fine, we'll still use the same character. Does anything happen in the movie like you said? Nothing. George Lopez's character says Batman's a fascist, but that could matter for the Ben Affleck version, the Robert Pattinson version, anything version. Really nothing in there that they have to be married to. I think Blue Beetle's what's the Ted Cords, is that his name, the former Blue Beetle? Hearing him in the post-credit scene, that's like the only thing you really got to worry about, if you're even worried about that. So we're fine. It can be considered DCU. And then last but not least, Metamorpho is not there. Metamorpho was not rumored. So is he just missing from the tweet? Yes, I think he'll be in there. Is that the castings all? Yeah, that was all the castings that we had, the rumored castings and everyone who's going to show up in a Marvel and a DC movie coming up. Yeah. Jamie Lawson as Storm.
I'm all for it if she's Storm. She was one of my people on the short list.
I hate the DeWanda Wise pick.
There's already going to be because I mean Jamie Lawson is older than Sadie Sink, so if we're already going, she's going to be a teacher then more than likely. I don't
Jamie Lawson. Yeah, Jamie Lawson is 28. No, they are. I'm
Sadie
not.
Sink is like,
yeah, Sadie Sink's like 21, 22. So they like about 5. So
Sadie Sink's 22.
Yeah, she's like 22.
Oh, she's younger than I thought.
No, I take it back. I take it back. Sadie Sink is 24.
Oh, okay, so she's a little closer than even I thought.
So it's a 3-year age gap. So they're close in age.
Okay, because you guys watch Stranger Things.
Okay, so here's the question.
Of her. Yeah, exactly. As
do you make Jamie play? Do you make Jamie play younger, or do you age them up to like maybe mid to late 20s as X-Men? Which way do you go?
Well,
is Jamie Lawson playing a high schooler? Or?
Doesn't matter because Storm isn't from that original class. Storm could be a little bit older than them, no problem.
That is true. That is very true.
But then that really wouldn't make sense for her to be older if she's going to be a different generation of X-Men. No. You just said she's not a part of that original class, which means she's a part of a different generation. So if we're not bringing her in with Scott and Jean in whoever, then
she's not starting as a student when she joins in Giant Size X-Men. She's already like older. Like she's not a teenager when they begin.
When she's at the school.
The first time we ever see her.
Introduced to Storm, don't we see her in Cairo pickpocketing? She's still young. She's not a full-fledged adult, right?
The first appearance of the character is in Giant Size X-Men, and it's not when she's pickpocketing in Egypt. It's a comic in 75.
Okay, so I looked it up. They said in the comic when Storm joins the X-Men, she's 21, so she's an adult. So they can definitely pull that off.
Someone said that link from the Coogler story doesn't work, not a legit story. Yeah. I clicked on the link and I couldn't. It was just a link to Variety, the website. But not
the thing with Jamie Lawson and the chick from
Indian Variety.
Indian and Variety. Let's go to some other stories, okay? Guys, it's happening, everybody. According to James Mackwell, the news. It's time, oh my god. According to James Mackwell, Marvel Studios is finally planning to position Captain America Sam Wilson, Captain Marvel, and T'Challa as the Avengers leads in the next MCU saga.
I'm right there with you, Marcus, shaking my head. Shaking my invisible locks.
Darius sent this.
So, Sam Wilson coming off of Brave New World.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, coming off of the Marvels, which was, we all know what the Marvels was. And T'Challa, which T'Challa are we talking about? We talking about the T'Challa, or we talking about Lil Toussaint? Because I mean, Jesus, even if T'Challa was in this mix, can we get some Monica Rambeau mixed in?
And the thing about it is, the thing is that they did this correctly, if they course corrected, this was supposed to be the new team.
The Ultimates. It would be like the Ultimates.
This was supposed to be like the new starting lineup.
If they'd have done it correct, because all the pieces are already in place for them to do Ultimates.
You guys wanted to recast T'Challa. This is great. This is like, it'll be an Ultimate.
It's not true. It's not true.
And just like you said, Marcus, where is America Chavez? She's still at Carmitage.
You got America Chavez. You got Monica Rambeau. You had a T'Challa. Carol Danvers is right there. You're literally only missing Blue Marvel to have an Ultimates team. And that would be
and he gonna stay missing too. Let them tell it.
America Chavez was nowhere to be seen, and you can't tell me that they couldn't get that actress to sign to be, I don't know, in an episode of She-Hulk over with Wong or something. Let me know what the progress is.
It's wild because she literally is a dimension hopper and the only one that can do it. Like, and you're in the multiverse saga. Exactly. That's just extra. That's just adding into, that's something they just added in there. She didn't need to have it, but I guess they say, hey, we're going to give her some magical powers too. But literally, it's the multiverse saga. She is a key component of that saga, and you only used her one time.
Slow. She's got the sling ring mastered over at the Carmitage. She's at Screaming University now. She's just building on her knowledge.
Exactly, Lawrence report. She do be at every Marvel premiere. She like, hey, she says make an appearance to let her know I'm still here. I'm still amongst the living.
Hey, Kevin,
going to be in Doomsday. Yes.
Kevin, I just wanted to ask you about my next appearance. Kevin,
who's that? Oh, it's the color. Come here.
So that means when Brand New Day comes out, she's most likely going to be there on that red carpet.
Am I going to be in the next movie? Actually, we meet our race requirements for this movie, so no. But we'll talk to you for the X-Men, maybe.
It just boggles my mind. Like it's like literally, it's called the multiverse saga. She literally can go through different multiverses. What? Man.
Yeah. If I were in charge, we wouldn't have these problems. MCU is Robert Downey Jr. and Spidey. That's it. No, they've got more. They've got more. They're gonna do a Nova movie, right? That should be good.
Was it a movie or a show?
I heard both.
It's a movie now. So it was going to be a show. It was going to be a show, and now allegedly Michael Waldron is connected to a full blown movie. So I like that because I wanted Nova to be a movie in the first place. I just didn't want Michael Waldron to be shooting it. I had other plans for who was going to be making it, but I like Nova as character. I would like to see him on the big screen. I think it's very much doable.
How about we jump over to the world of Reddit? This was also sent by Darius, okay? About to hit a spoiler.
Yeah, I'm going to peace out now because I don't want the
too late.
So I'm going to give you I'll be back at 11:07. Give you a nice good 5 minutes to talk all
you
this
don't need
nonsense.
5. You do not need 5 minutes. You need 60 seconds, okay?
Bet. All right, let me turn the volume down.
He muted himself and away he goes. So, people, hey, it's Chillmonger here. Lanterns, spoilers. 2 timelines, 2016 and 2026. The main plot is the Lanterns looking for the Manhunters. That's not even a big spoiler. Hal Jordan is killed at the end of episode 1. And looking at the trailers and everything, I am not surprised by that. Not surprised by that in the slightest. What else can I say before they return? Jon Stewart is the main Green Lantern that they're going to be using in the DCU, and removing Hal Jordan is not a problem to me. I'm not afraid of. I just don't want to recognize that portion of the internet. Oh my God, the white guy's got to go. But that's going to be it. That's going to be the noise and the chatter, the victimization of it all. Like, who cares if Hal Jordan did live? Jon Stewart was going to be the main Green Lantern that James Gunn was going with. Did you want Hal Jordan to be like, as soon as they casted a 60-year-old for Hal Jordan, you should have known what it was. So I'm not surprised, and I'm not going to, I'm so over the grifting and the shock and everything like that. But that would be that. You guys can come back, Marcus, Torian, reload. You can return now. Okay. So yeah. And then after that, Wonder Woman and the baby she has with Green Lantern and Hal Jordan grows up, and we're done.
Marcus
that doesn't
must have
happen.
took a bathroom break.
So shoot. What do you want to talk about next? Torian, do you watch wrestling?
I haven't watched wrestling in years. I think the last time I watched wrestling was I was an undergrad in college, and that was probably like in 2008 maybe. So it's been that long.
2008.
But where I work at, they do have WWE events come there. I'm mad too because I was supposed to go to a holiday party or something like that in December, and it was the same day that it was the main event for John Cena, his last match. And because of that, I didn't work it. And I said, if I knew that party wasn't going to happen, I would have worked it, to see John Cena's, farewell match, his last match ever before he retired.
They say that it went so quiet in the arena after he tapped out because people thought, how could this happen? And Cena would never quit.
Oh, well.
You really missed it. Oh, you missed a big one. You should have been there at the Verizon Center.
It is. I mean, there will be other ones, but I tend not to work them because they're so hectic. It's so many people. And this is coming from a person who's not claustrophobic, but it's so many people. I remember one time I worked a boxing match and all of Baltimore came down there to DC. It was insane.
I have to taste the difference between a yellow and a red watermelon, bro. Allow me.
Yeah, you was tearing the watermelons up.
I'm going to get a knife now. I got to cut them so I can reach the flesh. But the taste test between a red watermelon and a yellow watermelon, they are about the same. They're nearly the same thing. What I should do is the blindfold and close my eyes. Look out for that Instagram reel any day now.
Do y'all watch House of the Dragon?
Yes, sir.
You could do that after the super chat. Aha! SummerSlam ticket sales are down this year. I heard ticket sales are down even for like a SmackDown in Toronto, and they were really high price. No one's buying it, and they've been reducing it. Yeah, the ticket price problem at Marvel, at WWE is top of mind for everybody.
Especially at a time.
It was a Tank Davis fight.
Especially at a time where your CEO, his net income year over year has increased like 3 times over. I think he was making like $16 million before. Now he's making like 46, 50. It's like, okay, so you doing that for yourself. People are buying the tickets less. You're asking talent to restructure deals that they've already signed. It just doesn't all of that together kind of creates this perfect storm of making people rebuke your brand. Like you make yourself the villain and they'll start treating you like you're the villain. This didn't used to be a problem for WWE because they used to be a common folks product. They are not a common folk product anymore.
Also, probably because the billionaire who was in charge of everything, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, was so like removed from inflation and all that stuff. He's like, well, yeah, ticket prices are high. Yeah, $100. Great, good.
The only thing I remember from Vince McMahon back in the day was that crazy money walk he used to do coming down to the ring, and when he used to yell out, "You're fired" to people.
Wrestling.
He used to put some. He used to. That's what he used to almost bust a blood vessel. You telling people they was fired. I mean, he turned red as a beet immediately before he said the F and fired.
We got to get you back on watching. We have to wait for like a good like match, you know? What was your favorite stipulation? Hell in a Cell?
Oh, the Royal Rumble.
I told Darius about the Royal Rumble.
I love watching the Royal Rumble. Like it would be the Royal Rumble used to always be so funny too. I think it's because it was always so funny to watch them as soon as it starts. It's almost like the pool, like on the white ball on the pool table when you're breaking it. And it's like boom, and everyone just goes scattered all over the place. That's what that reminded me of with that Royal. I love the Hell in the Cell. I did like the cage matches. I like the one where they would have the fire matches around the ring. Also, the street matches was crazy during the Attitude Era. I keep telling people the Attitude Era was the best era for wrestling, hands down. For those who missed the Attitude Era, you missed a lot. That was some entertainment.
Yeah, you missed the puppies.
Modern day cage matches suck. Modern day cage matches need to be redone. The whole walk out of the side of the door shit. It used to be like an uncommon thing. Oh, you had to bring out the bolt cutters to get them out of the side door instead of going over the top. Now they just open up the damn door for them. What's the point? What is the point of putting this cage around here if you're gonna open up the door for me to get out?
And Shane McMahon, the way he used to always stay falling off the top, like from these very high places, just falling. I remember one time. I remember one time he fell backwards. I was like, Shane. I said, where did you go? I said, that man fell so far, I thought he landed in hell or something like that. He just fell, and I didn't see where he landed.
He's the only Nepo baby you can't hate. Because, like, in terms of working for the business, I don't think there's ever been a Nepo baby who's done more for the business than Shane.
That's the definition. That's the definition of sacrificing your body for the betterment of the business.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that's exactly what he would do. I'm like Shane. Like, what are you doing? And the thing is, he don't even have to get knocked off off the top of the cage. He just falls back. Like, Shane, why are you just falling back off the top of the cage?
I remember when Kofi Kingston had one foot on the ground. So you have to have both your feet to be eliminated, and then they just lifted him up above in the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble was the best match ever.
Yeah, I love the Royal Rumble was one of my favorite specialty matches.
I like Royal Rumble and Money in the Bank more than I like WrestleMania now. I feel like WrestleMania is so pumped and the expectations be so high, often you fall underneath it. Whether it's because of actual, bad product or it's just your expectations were too high. Money in the Bank in Royal Rumble have always delivered for me, even in the middle of bad wrestling.
I used to also like the chair and ladder matches.
We're losing
TLC?
our audience.
Yep.
We're in the wrong timeline.
Oh no, he means because Trump and Vince run the world. Yeah, yo. The Department of Education was tombstoned by the mayor in Knoxville. So that happened. So that was the Lanterns rumor and leak. There is some Children of Blood and Bones, guys. This book that, man, some weeks during the last couple of years, we'd really stretched to make it part of this Pantheon stream. We would look for reasons. Last week is not one of those weeks. And this week, Gina, Prince Bythewood. By the Wood or Bythewood? How do you say it?
Blythewood.
Bythewood it is. Offers this quote. All right, let's read it. So as I said, this is my 4th adaptation, and my approach to it is foremost, I want the author to love what we do. We're all here because of what comes out of her brain. And so in collaborating with her, it started, remember that's past tense, guys. It started with the script, and she had written the first draft. And then I came aboard and I took over the draft and wrote my vision. Can I stop there? She's basically telling us that, yes, there was more things added to the vision. Like, that's when I came aboard. So she's saying, Tomi Adeyemi did exactly what she signed for, and then it was her turn. It was Gina's turn. And then I'm sure the editor had an input also. And so the movie was going to change as it was supposed to. Like, she's basically saying in a very nice way. She says, and it's always funny, every single time I do it, it's always the scariest person to show the scripts to the author. But as it has been in the past, she loved it. Past tense, she loved it. Not she loves it. She loved it, right? Like, it's probably a different movie now. And then from that point on, I really brought her into the process, I think more than I actually have in the past. And just because it was exciting to be able to have this experience, it's a miracle to get any film made. But to get this film made is an absolute true miracle. What the fuck does that mean?
You muted, Marcus.
It's a miracle, Marcus. What's that code for?
Somebody's lying. Somebody's lying.
That's what I was saying.
Either
the truth is in there somewhere, but I don't know where at.
Somebody lying. Either Tomi
what was
is
contradictory?
lying. Either Tomi is lying in that, her vision was pushed to the back and she wasn't listened to, because that runs directly counter to what Blythewood is saying. Blythewood said that she involved her not only in the beginning by taking her original draft, but also during some of the process of it changing. She says that, like, I involved her more than I involved others in previous adaptations. It's in the last sentence, in the last couple of sentences. So it can't
I'm
be
shaking
I got
my head
pushed to the
because
side,
something
you
else.
went away from my. Oh, okay, my bad. It can't be, hey, they went away from my vision. They didn't listen to me. I know what I read, and that what's going to be showed on screen is not it. But then Blythewood is saying that she involved you more than all of her previous authors and all the other adaptations that she's done. So,
you just put words into Tomi's mouth where she says that you changed my vision. This movie isn't it. She never said those things.
I paraphrased a bit, but she did say, I know what I read. That was part of her statement. Right? Like, what else am I supposed to take from, I know what I wrote and I no longer support the production? What am I supposed to take from that?
I know what I've written, but I don't support the production. She didn't say it that. Like, yeah, I think Torian, I can hear the clicking and clacking. Can you get exactly what Tomi Adeyemi said? I have not seen the movie and I will not see the movie, she said.
That's not the only, that was her complete statement. That was it.
It was never really a statement, but yeah. And then she posted the Amanda Stenberg DMs.
As it says, she will not watch or promote the movie. It says she cited painful behind the scenes conflict and included a public feud with the film star Amanda Stenberg. And it says she even stated that she blocked her and stepped away from the project completely.
I don't want what she stated in someone's retelling. I want to see what was told me.
It's even in the statement that Torian read, the behind the scenes treatment. But let's get the actual statement so again we can hear.
I saw her story that day. It was like 2 or 3 stories.
Now, to the people in the chat talking about like films in January flop, that part of that is true, but there are some that break through the cracks and are successful, really mainly because they're part of franchises, like Bad Boys for Life. That came out in January, but that's part of a franchise. Scream 5 came out in January, but again, a part of a franchise. So those movies were successful because they were attached to a franchise. One of them Days came out in January and was successful, and that's not a part of a franchise. So
successful, but like $51 million, it would be a disappointment if that's what Children, Blood, and Bone did.
But I don't think the budget was that big for one of them. I mean, it's a comedy movie, so the budget probably wasn't.
Yeah, it's considered a success. You're right. For its budget, for sure.
And it was praised pretty heavily, so that's a good thing. And not bad for SZA's first movie too. I heard she did a good job.
Torian, didn't you like send me a clip of
what?
Or a screenshot of what Tomi Adeyemi said?
Oh no, I didn't know that you had wanted me to send you anything.
No, didn't you already like last week? Didn't you?
Oh yeah. I had tagged it. Was it last week or was it 2 weeks ago? I can't remember. But yeah, I did tag. I tagged like you. I had tagged all of y'all in it. I had tagged all of y'all in it.
Here, I'll look there then. Because I was looking in our chat because I thought we sent it there.
I'm trying to say that what Gina Prince Bythewood said in that thing that I just read earlier right now, that's like, she's just basically saying it wasn't me. Like whatever the problem is, and she's doing some damage control there. It wasn't my relationship with Tomi Adeyemi. Like keep me out of it. I'm here to do a movie.
But the fact that she specifically mentioned Amanda Stenberg, her only, shows that she has a problem with her specifically. And they said behind the scenes conflicts, and the behind the scene conflict could be with her as well. And
but
unfortunately, what I'm noticing is that Amanda Stenberg is kind of being the common denominator for a lot of people's issues on these film sets.
Tomi tells Amanda in the DM, "Don't ever use my name." Gina did not use the name. Gina said the word author. That's
and then she blocked her too.
Oh, she blocked the director also?
No. I'm talking about
Amanda.
Blocked Amanda.
Of course.
She said, "Don't."
How do you spell her name?
Tomi Adeyemi. You don't know how to spell Adeyemi?
No.
You got all those big words.
For me, thank God. That's Gina Blythewood's. Yeah, distance herself from the project.
Well, she was definitely a part of the project in the beginning and then the early stages, and then the movie, through different stages, stops becoming what she wanted. Maybe during the casting stage. I don't think I heard Tomi Adeyemi ever defend the casting of Amanda Stenberg, someone who's lighter skin, I should say, than what the character she wrote, Princess Amari, should be. And we also have some pictures coming out of the movie. So is this like, okay, let's have people talk about Children of Blood and Bone, but the things we want to talk about, is that why they forced these pictures out?
I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry. What were we talking about?
I'm looking for these photos that
the Children of Blood and Bone photos. Yeah, it's definitely don't pay attention to the back and forth for sure.
It's a distraction. I'm really proud of the performance that this tweet on Discussing Film did. The first look at Children, Blood and Bone, and it's got this big cast. The thing has 9.6 thousand retweets, and that's like considerable, right? So people here go, I'm gonna need that Black Panther. Someone said something interesting earlier. I just saw it. Viola Davis, Regina King, Cynthia Erivo, Idris Elba. Woo, the cast is loaded. Like people are reacting to it like they didn't know this movie was happening, and they're surprised by it. Look at it. That cast is actually insane. Children, Blood and Bone already looks like 2027's biggest fantasy. Like, and then there's this. So tired of the woman warrior bullshit. Okay, thank you, thick shell egg. Look at that. Look at that emoji he's got there. But like, you're going to watch the movie anyway.
The full Adeyemi statement.
Got a
there's a reason. Yeah, not well. It's a Culture Crave post, but they got 2 paragraphs. I don't think she said anything more than that. There's a real reason. There's a reason why. There's a reason I will not post anything about the adaptation of my work. I have not seen the film, and I will not watch it. It's been painful holding this back from you all. I do not mind anyone going to watch the film. I'm just laying down my sword and officially separating my name because I can't keep being hurt and attacked behind the scenes.
Where did she post that? TikTok?
Let me see if they quote where she. Yeah, TikTok.
Damn, I wish I would have logged on TikTok that day. I just went on Insta. So again, guys, she's a creative writer and she doesn't use the word children, blood, and bone. She refers to it as her work. She says the film adaptation. She's very smooth with it, and she's probably not breaching anything that she signed.
No, she definitely stayed within the parameters of what she was allowed to say, for sure. She was very careful in the words that she chose.
But she says there is a reason why, and she doesn't actually tell us what the reason is.
Right.
I hope it's not. I hope it's really not a problem with Gina Prince, by the way, and Damson Idris and everyone else. I hope it's really it's Amanda Stenberg for sure, but I hope it's just Amanda.
It's definitely Amanda Stenberg.
I said whatever now I was saying what's going on in the team. I said she just popped up in the chat. But now I was saying, I said this must be, I don't know how serious it is, but the fact that she blocked her, told her not to promote, like not to mention her, that she's not going to come in and promote this movie and nothing like that. Something serious.
She told her, don't call me, don't text me.
Yeah, almost like a bad breakup. Like it's like, what is going on? Like it's that serious. So will we ever know? Hopefully. Will we know the real story is the real question.
Well, I mean, somebody will talk about it. Maybe it won't be no time soon, but somebody will leak it out. Somebody will talk about it. Hollywood is not a very closed-lip place, so it'll get out eventually.
This is the Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett of movies. I'm gonna look at these photos. The Children of Blood and Bone account finally did something. They were active. They posted, and we got a whole bunch of close-up shots of some of these actors. Get out the way. We got a beautiful image of Zaylee up top left with the silver hair. Damson Idris.
She's not a Targaryen.
She's not a Targaryen, not at all. First of her name. We got some like designs. Like this is Prince Anan is a freaking Halloween costume. Like the way he's gonna be replicated. Look at that. And Amanda Stenberg, yeah,
they did their best. They got her a tan and some makeup.
I was getting ready to say that. I noticed
they did their best.
I noticed that.
Hey, she's creeping up on me. Her natural state is chill, but she getting close to me right now. They had her out in the sun for a week.
Amanda, we're so bored. Don't listen to the discourse, Amanda. You look great in your homeland. She landed early a week. She was like, "Let me get into character."
That's the actor from Supercell. And I can't wait for the season 2 of that show to come back. Man, Supercell was so good. I just hope they got more than 6 episodes in the second season. That was the thing that got me with the first season because it was so short. But it was good, though. But I can't wait to see what the second season is because I really enjoyed that first season.
And he's playing the brother of Zaylee Tsane, the brother character. He's riding on that beast. I hope this movie turns out good. I absolutely do. But you saw it at CinemaCon and had reason to be concerned. from the images here, though, like the costumes, and there were some more scenes that they showed us, throne room and things like that. This wasn't a bad showing, I think, from Children of Blood and Bone, actually.
When does this movie premiere? In
January 15. January 15.
So we'll
Also
probably
MLK weekend. That's MLK weekend.
We'll be getting a trailer when? Sometime this fall, October, November-ish.
You'd think, but maybe they gotta like navigate these waters of bad press and stuff like that.
That fit looks fire.
Oh, the Damson thing,
Yeah.
He's gonna be the only one wearing red.
He looks menacing right there.
How about Cynthia Erivo? Does she look cute?
I didn't even know that was her until you said something.
Yeah, she still manages to get a nose ring in this, though.
She said she gonna have that septum pierced. I don't give a shit what we doing. I don't care who I'm playing. That septum ring ain't coming out.
She could be part of the soundtrack. She could help with all the Afrobeat artists. All it takes is a song.
I see the Red Sea.
Eminem and 8 Mile. Sorry, Torian?
Nice. I see the Red Sea.
I guess that is the Red Sea. We got more pictures, though, more photos that came out from this day. On this day, you see clearly. It's probably early on in the movie where
God damn,
like
look
the
at
first scene of the movie.
biceps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, mama. She been hitting them curls.
Hey, remember Angela Bassett when she played Tina Turner, how big her arms got? I mean, I said Angela Bassett was pumping that iron to play Tina Turner.
Look, it's colorful. You got outfits, you got hairstyles. I love the lighting in here. Good job, Gina.
Not going to mean anything until we see some actual footage. Like not just
like a trailer or a teaser.
Yeah, it ain't going to mean nothing until we see some actual footage. But
I can hear their voices in this image. It's beautiful.
Oh, okay. You might want to go get that checked out. But I'm looking forward to the trailer for sure. Definitely looking forward to it.
Look at Regina King.
Yeah, this is some of that.
David Oyelowo.
Yeah, you see him right there. Very
Chuechafor.
My bad. You're right.
Yeah.
And children sat there and agreed with it. Yeah, Chiwetel Ejiofor. That's what I meant.
First of all, I didn't even have my screen on. I was trying to enlarge it and find the right pic. So yeah, Chiwetel Ejiofor is the king out here. Look at this, man. This is the kind of stuff that they don't want you to see. Paramount doesn't want you to see. If the Ellisons owned it,
you know what they really don't want you to see? That Mansa Musa.
Don't.
That's what they really don't want you to see.
Because at least this is fantasy.
Yeah, because Mansa Musa was real.
Hating on Denzel and Fuqua. Imagine you got $1 billion director queuing up a movie. It's getting ready to shoot next summer. Shut him down. Damn.
Speaking of Universal, you know how last year, like I said, Warner Brothers was the studio to beat. This year is definitely Universal. Because Universal has been coming out with banger after banger after banger.
Oh, they're Nolan's movie, like Odyssey, right?
Yeah, Odyssey is Universal. Michael was Universal, Lionsgate and Universal.
Which one?
Michael was also Lionsgate and Universal.
Lionsgate, Universal.
Yeah.
And I got one more pick to share.
Also, Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Galaxy was also Universal.
Shout out to Super Mario. Yeah, it's a lot of money. So we got Prince Enon and fucking your girl Zaylee in a image.
She ready to claim that dragon.
Definitely out here looking like a Targaryen.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
They filmed in Nigeria as well as Cape Town.
I'm laughing at what Tina said in the chat. I'm laughing at what Tina said in the chat. She said, "I can't give Universal Michael." I said, "Yes, you can." It was a partnership deal. Universal and Lionsgate. That is true. Black Bleach. Universal so far, both $1 billion films are out of Universal this year. Super Mario Galaxy and Michael.
Yo, just wait for Moana. You'll see.
Stop it. I saw that flop coming a mile away. I said to myself, why in the world did they make a Moana live action movie in its 10-year anniversary? I said, that's still recent. I said, y'all could have waited another 10 years.
Well, what are they supposed to do? Princess and the Frog?
See, the thing about when it comes to Princess and the Frog, the thing that I had an issue with that movie is the fact that Tiana stayed a frog for the most of the movie.
The whole fucking movie? Yeah.
Because her skin is dark, guys, and it would sell better.
Place.
Yeah, that's what kind of took me out of the movie was when she was like a frog a good chunk of the movie.
It's just like what's the movie Jamie Foxx was in? And he spent most of his time being a fucking cat. There you go.
A ghost. Same thing. Also, remember that movie remember that movie that Will Smith did, the one where he was like an agent or a spy or something like that.
Tom and he ended up being a fucking pigeon. The whole movie. Him and Tom Holland. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like Hollywood's racist.
20, 40, 80 at the trap. Hit it with the rap. Put it on the map. Then we right back.
What in the world?
Yeah, I was about to say, who them women?
The movie is called Stepsisters. It's on Netflix.
Okay, I might give it a look.
Yeah, Stepsisters, everybody. I'm Too Fly, $2. Says Denzel and Fuqua were doing Hannibal. Not
Mansa Musa.
Yeah, because Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan.
MBJ. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they're doing Mansa Musa.
Aspiring.
Same difference. Same difference. They just, for the same reasons that you know, knock on wood, I don't want them to have these problems, but if they do experience some problems in the creation of Mansa Musa, being Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan, it will probably be for the same reasons that Antoine Fuqua and Denzel Washington have trouble with Hannibal.
You want to know the way I was carrying on earlier when I came on here and I was talking about the Odyssey? I want the Children of Blood and Bone to be on that type of scale. It probably won't be because that's a tall order, but I would like for it to have like that same kind of discussion around it, but also maintaining the theme of what that narrative is. If they could pull that off, they can pull out a hit in January.
Okay, let's compare Woman King to Odyssey. You just saw one recently, it's fresh in your mind. Is Woman King meeting the tall order of the Odyssey, or if it doesn't meet it, is it 80%?
I hate to say it. I hate to say it. The Odyssey is surpassing the Woman King.
Okay, sure, but by how much?
A couple of miles.
I'm Canadian. I use kilometers, so
he didn't say by 8 miles.
A few kilometers, then chill.
So it's not even close. Like what Gina Prince Bythewood was able to do 4 years ago it's not touching the Odyssey, and she's probably not going to touch it again with Children.
If you go watch the Odyssey, listen. When you go watch the Odyssey, you can make the comparison for yourself. Don't let me sway your decision.
Okay,
you go watch the Odyssey and you judge for yourself.
But with
we ain't getting no Mansa Musa.
But with Mansa Musa, with Ryan Coogler and Michael B., if they were to do it, he's capable. He can do IMAX cameras. Ryan Coogler will make it.
I'm telling you this right now. If Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan pull this Mansa movie off, they will go down in history. Just on the strength that they got this movie made is going to be historical.
You know how many people are going to do their ancestry and go like, I'm related to him? Because that's how genetics works. So like, what, 500 years ago? You'd be surprised. There's also noise about people from Mali's empire were here on this continent even before the other Western Africans were taken here. You a believer of that?
That there were sub-Saharan Africans here in North America before the American settlers?
Columbus?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 1000%. How did the people who gave those individuals the ability to travel around the world not go around the world before them? They didn't even have the mathematics to take that type of travel, to create provisions for that type of travel before they were given it by Africans.
Torian, let them know what Odysseus can do on a boat, bro. Let them know.
I ain't trying to hear all that shit. I ain't trying to hear that shit.
And it's not what he did on a boat. It's what
They
he
didn't
did
even
on
know
a
where to
raft.
put their filth.
There's a raft scene that we got to look out for. Okay, good to know.
It is a raft scene in there.
If Coogler did a Manson movie, people would be complaining about black slaves.
Oh, you already know.
Or you could just not feature that part of the Manson movie story.
They could be like, how dare you?
It's part of the story.
Not everything that's part of the story needs to fit in a 2 hour. It's a 2 hour movie. You don't got to include every little bit.
There is no empire without slaves. Now you won't see any chattel slavery. You won't see slaves for the sake of creating a product. You know, more so prisoners of war and such. But yeah, there's no such empire that exists without slaves.
Saw Coogler in an interview said he's not doing Manson. Oh,
what?
Well, Michael
Send
B
us
can
that
still do
interview.
it. If he can direct
That's
a Creed
some
2,
bullshit.
Creed 3,
Some
then
bullshit.
he can
Ryan.
direct. He can star and direct. And then we'll get a movie about it called "I Play Mansa" in 30 years.
Stop.
Falling
I
in-
play Manson.
The Moors were here first. I heard that, Chill. They were mixed with the Native Americans. Oh, you know who'd be great?
That is very true, Tina.
Darius could tell you about the mixture and how genetics work in that part of your guys in your country. Didn't the village reach North Canada before the 1500s? The Vikings reached Northern Canada before the 1500s? Sure, I guess. Well, why are you trying to put like love on the white people and there?
I was about to say I ain't got nothing for you in the Viking history. I ain't got nothing for you there.
Yeah, distraction tactic. There's too much upliftment and pride over here. What about the Vikings? If Odysseus knew the way his family wouldn't have been waiting for his ass for so long.
That's the thing he did know. Well, the thing is he had to go through multiple places to try to find his pathway home. And it was so many freaking obstacles. I mean, imagine dealing with a Cyclops, some giants, a witch, and a whirlpool, and these creatures that I can't really describe. And when I saw that, I'm not even gonna lie, that part actually gave me a jump scare. It was some jump scares in this movie to the point where I thought it was a horror movie. I mean, thinking about the journey alone is horrific, and also dealing with Poseidon, so you know, the god of the sea. So it's like it was a lot for him to go through before actually getting back to Ithaca.
He had 12,000 slaves. LOL, you just can't ignore that. Watch me. They carried all his stuff from city to city. What did Ron DeSantis say?
Did.
They were just there. They learned a lot of skills that they could implement in the future.
Don't get me started on Ron the Snowflake.
Oh no, it was just vocational skills camp. That's what it was. It wasn't a plantation. We're giving life skills here.
I am.
Are you excited? I'm a level below excited, but like I'm happy that this Spider-Man movie is next week. Right?
I am.
2 weeks.
The way that Torian was feeling about the Odyssey, that's how I've been feeling about Spider-Man for like the last 2 weeks. I'm hyped.
Yeah, I'm ready for. I'm ready
wait.
for it. And I actually I'm in a group chat, and I actually showed a screenshot from my AMC Stubs app. Literally, when I pointed out, and I had told him my seat right there is the one highlighted in red. When I tell you, it was the only 2 seats that were left were handicapped seats, like dead in the middle, like on the next level down, like right there. Those are the only 2 seats left for the one I'm going to on that Thursday, the 30th.
Will you take one of those seats if the rest of them are packed? Will you take the handicap seats?
I sure would. I have before.
It's hella convenient. It ain't nobody within 10 feet of you. It's real nice.
It's a bunch of leg room. And it's a bunch of leg room. Like you can stretch your legs out.
Bad. I don't want to be the able-bodied person sitting in the chair. My legs fine.
I sure
somebody
have,
pull up in a wheelchair
with no shame. with no shame either. I don't care. With no shame, I walked in my able-bodied self right up in there and sat right in that handicap spot. Yes, I did.
Hey,
I have, and I would do it again.
I will sit in the front rows before I take the handicap seats. I just don't want to be the jerk. I don't want to, just in case somebody roll in there. Like,
Listen,
hey man,
if you, especially
Wait
if you
for the
tall,
trailers.
especially if you tall, like those seats are so convenient. But see, the thing is, I'm going to see it in Dolby.
Why do they need so much leg room?
I'm going to see it in Dolby. Dolby has good leg room regardless.
yes, less seats in the Dolby Digital. You're right. I want to see it in the IMAX though. We got one last IMAX theater out here in Columbus. I think I might try that one out. It's at Phoenix Theaters for the Odyssey.
You guys have your own little IMAX. Good for you, Columbus. Way to go.
Like where the theater I go to, like where I went to go see the Odyssey tonight, they have an IMAX on one side and they have a Dolby on the other side. So
talk to them. That's that city life.
Yeah. So they got on like so they got on like literally like two in the same one. And the thing is, looking from the outside, you would never think that they could fit both of those type of theaters in
the same building.
In the same building. But they did. They managed, and it's a double level theater. Like they have 22 screens in this theater.
These multiplexes are absolutely huge. So the markets that I usually go to, they have the Dolby Digital. They don't have an IMAX. They got a Dolby Digital in there, and they also have a new thing for Regal and Marcus's called the X screen. So like it bands around you. So
I've been to that. I've been to that. Yeah.
Man,
I've been
seen
to
Mario in that joint. That's
another type of experience, another type of movie going experience. When you see it on the wall and it's going, and the thing is, it's like you're seeing things on the wall that can't fit on the screen. It's like they did a whole. It's almost like they did a whole panoramic type of thing that goes on the wall. So when you look at the wall, and then it's like you're looking at the wall, and then you go back to the screen. And also, the real IMAX is when you go to the Smithsonian. The Smithsonian IMAX is way different than the movie IMAX because it's like a dome.
Yeah,
it's like a big giant dome.
We got that at the Science Center.
Yep.
Jill said that they were.
I want to see a movie at the Sphere one day in Vegas, but it ain't no telling how much that's going.
I've been outside the Sphere when I went to Vegas last year. It looks nice on the outside. The Sphere looks nice on the outside. So I can imagine how it looks inside.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, there's this super
there's
important...
an Amish country. It's not in Columbus, though.
That's just like in like some places, some parts in PA, like in Lancaster, they got like it's Amish country out there.
Amish country, yeah. They got their own thing. They got their own little area.
Yeah, they got their own little dwellings.
We didn't do the most important topic of the night. Alvin the Chipmunks making a comeback. The new co-owners, Big Shot Pictures, are using cutting-edge technology across their animated projects. The Chipmunks will appear online, almost like influencers, before their next film. The studio is actively hiring people with experience in generative AI work.
That's not dope. Like, I like everything else about this. I like the fact that there will be basically just marketing themselves on social media. That's very smart, especially for an animated character that is a little easier to do that with than a normal person. But using generative AI, it's already animated. Like how much corners do you need to cut? You know,
exactly.
Well,
I got a question. Have any of y'all ever been to the Alamo Draft House?
No.
Why would I have gone to the Alamo Draft House?
It's like a movie. It's a movie theater, but it's nice. Like it's a very nice like theater, and they got like the bar, and you can order the food, and they bring the food to you. That's why I saw Creed 3. That's why I saw Creed 3. As a matter of fact, was at the Alamo Draft House.
Yeah, they do that at a lot of them now. Only the AMC delivers it to you. AMC is the only one that'll like bring it to your seats inside the theater. But most
at the AMC I go to, I know they got something called iPick, and I know that's through AMC.
Okay, these kids don't know Alvin, and I guess that's the point of making them popular characters first in the multimedia, and then boom,
The
there you
social
go.
media
Like same with the
stuff, yeah,
Smurfs.
that'll help.
People don't care about the Smurfs or Charlie Brown, and it's like My Little Pony needs to refresh her status with the younger audiences. We're losing a lot of Scooby Doo. I don't know.
Sonic. These kids definitely didn't know who Sonic was before he had made his reemergence. It's an 80s.
And look at how successful that became. It's now $1 billion franchise, and now they about to come out with their fault. Listen, the Sonic movies, in my opinions, have not missed yet. They just get better and better and better when they get. And this next one gonna be good too. They about to bring Amy in. We about to get Metal Sonic. I'm ready for it because Sonic has so many characters. You can keep them movies going for a very long time.
You don't even need Jim Carrey anymore.
Jim Carrey said he was about to retire, but then they called him to do Dr. Robotnik, and he said, "Okay, I'll do it." Notice that's like one of the only movies he does now. That's the only time you really see him. He's pretty much like tapped out of Hollywood, except for when it comes to Sonic movies.
They're bringing back G.I. Joe. I think time for G.I. Joe is gone. I think people are too alert of what war is and patriotism and all that stuff surrounding G.I. Joe. I don't know if it has the same effect.
Well, I think for your typical war propaganda, like I don't think there'll ever be not ever, but the days of like Black Hawk Down or Behind Enemy Lines, Saving Private Ryan,
or Pearl Harbor.
I think those movies, Pearl Harbor, I think those movies are probably on the shelf for a while. But when you have a very abstract villain, somebody like Cobra Commander that you can get behind fighting as like a good versus evil kind of thing. Long as they keep it on that type of plane, it'll do better. It'll do all right.
Have any of y'all seen that movie?
If they turn it into just atypical war propaganda.
Have any of y'all seen the movie Men of Honor?
Good.
Oh, that is such a good
Cuba Gooding Jr., Robert Downey Jr.
and Robert De Niro and Charlize Theron.
Robert De Niro, there you go. Robert Downey Jr.
And Robert De Niro. Chill. Whenever you get a chance, I highly suggest you watch Men of Honor. That, in my opinion, is the movie that's the movie right there where I personally believe Cuba Gooding Jr. should have won his Oscar for over Jerry Maguire. Of course, he wasn't nominated. But when you look at it, you'd be like, how in the world, rhetorical question, how in the world did the Academy overlook that performance? Or just that movie in general? It was a really good movie, but we know why.
I'll take racism for $500.
It's a true story too. It's the person actually existed who was playing. Story. As a matter of fact, I would have gave an Oscar nod to Cuba Gooding Jr., Robert De Niro, and Charlize Theron because all of them did a good job in their roles, and even Angelou Ellis, who played his wife. Like they all did. The acting on that movie was so good, but the story was so compelling. And I feel like it's one of those movies that doesn't get talked about enough, even during Black History Month. When they talk about like what type of movies you will watch that month, Men of Honor for me is always going to be on the list.
Honor, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, see, y'all know Men of Honor is a good movie. When he kept calling him Cookie, that was funny. When he kept calling him Cookie because he was the cook on the ship, so he kept calling him Cookie.
Better than Remember the Titans. Sick movie, Men of Honor. This is about Godzilla and Sonic.
Absolutely not. That's blasphemy. Whoever said it's better than Remember the Titans is blasphemy.
That was still trolling.
Everybody said that. It's a well-known fact.
No one said that. No, it's not. You didn't even know the movie.
Even Denzel Washington.
Well-known fact.
And you didn't even see the movie to even make
ass.
You didn't even see the movie. You didn't even see the movie to even make that type of comment.
These guys.
And that's crazy too, because Men of Honor, Antoine Fisher, and Remember the Titans, all those movies came out around the same time. Like literally around the same time, like maybe a year apart. Because I think Men of Honor came out in like 2000, and then Remember the Titans came out like the next year, and Antoine Fisher came out like the year after that. So they all came out around in that same cycle with each other.
Yep.
All good movies though.
You guys want to see Jedi Mike talking to The Rock?
Sure.
He talking about that flop of a Moana
Yeah, Michael.
movie? I mean, it is.
Hold on, let me get this right.
There's a Michael. There's a quote in the film that where Mark is trying to get his pain medication. He tells the nurse, "Well, you know, a day without pain is like a day without sunshine."
Right.
And that's such an odd statement. And I remember saying that off script, and Benny said, "I love that, but what? Where did you come up with that? That's just so crazy. It's wild, like pain and sunshine, and they got to converge, and it doesn't make sense." I said, "Well, my dad used to say that every day. And a day without pain is like a day without sunshine." Yeah, Michael, there's a...
Hold on, stop. Did he just talk about his black father from Nova Scotia in an interview? Wow, look, way to go, Dwayne Johnson, for recognizing that half of your family. Salute to you, Dwayne Johnson, for that. Let's not ignore that.
I mean, I wouldn't say that's the
shots to throw.
I wouldn't say that's the first time he's ever mentioned his dad, because
I wouldn't say that. You're right, Torian. There you go.
Marcus is like, okay.
Because he's trying to bait me into something. And it's like that would be your evidence. Okay, hold on. Let me set the parameters first for why that probably just happened. In my estimation, right? The most outward or the most readily available Dwayne Johnson's family presentation has been that of his Samoan side, from his mother's side of the family, the Fatus and such, right? And so there was an interview that he gave with Variety for Moana, for that flop of a Moana movie, and he was talking to the interviewer about what did he say? Something about role models, having role. Oh, here's what it was. It was Harrison Ford. He was like, yeah, I really love Harrison Ford when it came out during Star Wars, and I was like, damn, I want to be that guy, but he doesn't look like me. And I was just like, I was hella confused because I'm like, well, your father is a professional wrestler, and he looks like you. You know, 10 to 20,000 people a night pack themselves into a jam-packed arena to go see your father, and they seem to like him.
And The Rock never wanted to be like his dad. He literally became a wrestler.
He said in that interview that he had no role models that looked like him growing up, which is the most ridiculous thing a black man with a black father who's a professional wrestler would say. Now that's
so
just,
is he talking,
that's
is he talking movies though?
Bias. Allow me to present myself. So that's the latest for me in examples of The Rock kind of being, number one, inauthentic, but number two, not really being fully acknowledging his black side. Because what the fuck is it? What do you mean you never had a hero that looked like you? Did that mention that he gave about his father give you the impression that he's accentuating his blackness? Is that what you heard there when he was talking about his family, Torian? When he was talking about his dad, was he trying to highlight his black father? Is that what was going on?
I guess that's what he was trying to do, but like I said, it's not the first time he's done it, but it's few and far in between. Like we always know him to mention that Samoan. And also another thing, look at the movies when he does and who they cast as his kids. When's the last time you've seen a movie with The Rock who had a kid that was black?
He lets Hollywood cast him as having fully Caucasian children, like wholly Caucasian children.
Yes. Not even mixed or biracial.
Not even biracial kids. Just Caucasus Mountain descendants.
Uh-oh.
What up, Darius?
Uh-oh.
What about the game plan? The game plan, Madison Pettis isn't full white.
No, that doesn't help the narrative.
That's few and far in between. And you know how long ago the game plan came out? That movie came out when I was in high school.
See, that's why it's invalid. Evidence just doesn't work.
No, it's not invalid. We'll give it to you, but you have to acknowledge that shit was a long ass time ago, and that there have been like 10 other iterations of him raising white children.
Probably nearly 20, maybe over 20 years ago when that movie came out.
But if that's your shining example, I'll give it to you for sure.
And the thing is, like I said, when I first saw like The Rock when he was wrestling, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. As Black people, we know our people, even if you are mixed, because it's gonna be one of three indicators you're gonna have. You might have all three. That hair gonna be kind of coarse, that nose gonna be a little wide, or them lips gonna be a little plump.
Or Vince McMahon's on commentary recognizing your dad.
You might have all three.
Or the commentary team as he's walking to the ring before you even see him grapple is telling you who his dad is.
And also his name is Dwayne. Look at how it's spelled.
Dwayne Johnson.
Johnson.
He got the blackest name.
Exactly.
His name is Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson.
Bro, I'm trying to find this Variety The Rock interview on Twitter, and because that's where I found it, right? You have it?
Yeah.
Send it. Just share the screen.
And I got a little bit of bias because The Rock is a Taurus like myself. He was born May 2nd. I was born May 4th.
Oh, he's a Taurus.
I love The Rock. He's my favorite wrestler of all time. But like, I don't think it's beyond the pale to say that he doesn't necessarily highlight his blackness all that often.
Listen, I completely agree with you.
Him existing, going outside.
That's all you have to do. So then Stacey Dash, Clarence Thomas, all of them, they good. Just because they exist.
Lord,
Clarence Thomas is cool.
Two exhausting people.
No.
Clarence Thomas and Stacey Dash.
What you just said was him existing as a black person is accentuating his blackness. By that standard, so is Stacey Dash, so is Clarence Thomas, so is Diamond and Silk, so is Jason Whitlock.
All
of them exist as black people,
every
right?
time you mention them names.
They exist as black people.
They exist. Yeah, they exist. Their skin is melanated. Their bloodline.
They're accentuating their blackness, right?
They accentuate it. Like
they
literally
highlight
are.
It. Why are you dancing around what I'm trying to say? You understand full on what I'm trying to say. If Dwayne Jackson just if Dwayne Johnson just existing means that he's highlighting his blackness, then everybody else I just named is also doing that as well, right?
Yeah, they because their skin is a visible thing on their body, like their person
Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ. Like actually Jesus
Did
Christ.
You send me the link?
I did.
Where?
Twitter. I sent it to the Pantheon chat.
Let's see how well you quoted what Dwayne said about his dad not being a role model.
He didn't
or whatever
say shit about his dad, and that was the point.
The first time you ever saw your culture represented in a way that wasn't a caricature, that you said, that is me in there.
No, I don't. Other than...
Wait. Okay, let me play it.
And this is one of the beauties, I think, and one of the blessings of Moana is that live action Moana we can show. Like, hey, this is us. When I was a kid, Indiana Jones inspired me. When I was like 8 years old, watching Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford, like I'm like, oh, I want to be that guy. But that guy didn't look like me.
Yeah. Was there a part of you that said, but I can't be him because?
No, I love that. There was a part of me that said, oh, I want to be that. I was in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I was like, I want to be that. And, okay, that was it. That's where it ended.
Right.
But now, I mean, if you think about it, around the world, little boys and girls who are brown skinned, even not brown skinned, Mark. It's like this idea of like, you're young, you want to see beyond the reef. You don't know what's beyond the reef. You have a lot of people telling you, no, it's not. You're good where you're at. It's like, no, not. Like I want more.
But let Marcus tell it. That was a shot against his dad.
It happened exactly how I explained it. I don't know what you're getting out of replaying
his
it.
dad was
he said
there.
He was into Indiana Jones and said, but that guy doesn't look like me. even the entrance to the interview was, did you see growing up characters that looked like you? It was the literal setup question to the entire discussion.
Didn't say look like you.
Why do
He
you
said
do
culture.
this? Why do you
He
bring
said
the
your
evidence
culture.
that completely contradicts what you're saying?
The
And then stand
okay.
full packed, like full chest out, like you won the debate or something. He asked that man, what did you see characters that represented you? No, I didn't. No, your culture. No, I didn't.
Okay,
It's black
there we
people
go.
not
There
part
we
of
go.
his culture?
Now you said the correct words because it is your culture. He's literally in Moana. He's dressed in the Samoan. The culture in which he is speaking.
Is his black father not part of his culture, or does only his culture count when it's Samoan stuff? Are we only talking about his culture when we're talking about the Samoan stuff?
Yes, because he's at the premiere for Moana.
What
Because
the fuck are you talking about? Yes, is he black and Samoan or just Samoan? Is he black and Samoan or just Samoan?
He's both, but the context
so
of which
then his culture includes his father, correct?
Yeah, okay, listen.
Right. The black half of him.
You're ignoring the context. The movie that he's promoting is as a Samoan movie. The character he's playing is Samoan. The set, everything around him is Samoan. So when the interviewer is asking him about your culture, he happens to have two cultures, and he's talking about the Samoan one.
Less inaccurate. He has a black father. Samoan culture is not the only culture he represents. And so if you're able to just kind of put it into a fucking pocket whenever you need to, that's kind of the point of this entire discussion, right?
It's incredibly relevant why it was put in a pocket, because this was the Samoan question.
Hey, Chill, and I don't say this to you often, but maybe this is just a point of contention. You need to have this to understand. Like, if I can't explain it to you this way, you not understand it, then we're just going to be on different pages on this, because a black man listening to another black man accentuate another part of him and then obfuscate the half that connects to me. Yeah, that sounds like bullshit. Sounds like bullshit, especially when you had a famous black father. So yeah, if you don't hear that and connect the way that I do, then maybe it's just the melanin differential, I guess.
This is a totally Samoan 100% everything Samoan.
Who's his daddy?
Thank you, Rocky Johnson, a professional wrestler, a black man from Canada, nonetheless. But please, forget him.
The Rock has been at to answer free spit in the chat. The Rock has been at several quote unquote black events. He's been at the BET Awards. He's been at the Image Awards. He's even gotten some awards from these organizations.
And when he gets asked,
that's probably the only time you hear talk about shouting out the black community is when he's up there. Any other time he talk about that Samoan culture.
Okay,
and it highlights whether in interviews, whether it's interviews or even even in other film projects and everything like that. Shoot, even in what fast movie was it where they highlighted when they were doing the haka? Had nothing to do with his culture, but they put it in that movie. So
the only thing I didn't like that he said in that was because they were focused obviously on brown and black skinned children, but when he was talking about for kids to see them, so he said, well, not even just brown and black, any kid. I agree with him. Yes, any kids, but in that moment, we're talking about brown and black skinned children, and you should know as a brown skinned man how difficult it is for brown skinned and black skinned children to see themselves on screen.
Especially because you set it up that way. You took the discussion that way. You're the one who started this on a whole I couldn't see myself in Harrison Ford shit. So how then are we walking away from it 20 seconds later? So I'm not just talking about brown kids. Well, you perfectly exemplified why there are plenty of white options for white kids to look up to. So it's like he didn't even want to commit to the bullshit he was selling.
That was a thing that at one point in time, Vin Diesel was kind of struggling with himself at one point in time. I remember when I first saw Vin Diesel in Fast and the Furious back in the day, I said, that dude is mixed. Like I said, you can just look and just tell. And then I came across one of his independent films that he did in the 90s before he really blew up. And it was literally a story talking about his life, about the difficulties of being a biracial individual growing up in New York, like being too white for one and too black for the other, while trying to navigate and try to be an actor and everything like that. Then I went even further back and saw pictures of Vin Diesel with an afro. This dude was out there doing break dancing and everything. But now you see why Vin Diesel always kept his hair cut low. Because he knew if he grew it out, then that's when people would have been asking questions.
Fam, I didn't know Vin Diesel was black or had black in him until I seen Boiler Room. With it was him. What was it? Ben Affleck. Was it Nia Long? Was Nia Long in that movie about like the traders, the stock traders? And I seen Vin Diesel with hair, and I was like,
hold
on now. Hold on. That ain't the Vin Diesel I've seen in Fast and Furious.
Yeah, that's when he had the low cut. He wasn't bald, but he had the low cut. And I said, yeah, because I think he's half Italian, half black. And he also has a twin. Because I think him and his twin brother used to be bouncers in New York before Vin Diesel got away from that and he went into acting.
Yeah, well, everybody wants to be black till it's time to be black.
Then go to DreamCon.
Take the black hats
convenience. There you go.
We jump over to the world of DreamCon.
Well, because of DreamCon, there is a hyper focus on black spaces that cater to black nerds, and everyone's looking for the next experience. I have a comprehensive list at blurredandpowerful.com of black-owned comic book conventions within the country. Now, these businesses, these conventions are ran by people that know what they're doing, are reputable and legitimate, and they own their trademark. So I would trust them. I would trust to send you all to them. They don't get the same type of notoriety that DreamCon or BlurredCon might get, but they are just as important, if not more so, because of where they're located. And that brings me to the larger issue.
Okay.
Those of you who are Greek, those of you who are business-minded and have all kinds of connections and networks, you need to see these small ecosystems and see how we as a black folks, as a culture, can really build ourselves up to not even have to worry about outside influences within our kids. If you may not know, we've had some close calls and we've had some tragedies within the black nerd community. Some people have been bullied to the point where they have self-exited. In order to protect our kids from white racists and POC villains who like to throw racial slurs at kids who just want to cosplay their favorite characters, I think that in my perspective, if we're giving our kids characters that are rooted within our culture or come from black creators or independent black creators, then these villains don't have a leg to stand on. You know, you can't say that we're appropriating from somebody else's culture if we're just cosplaying who we love within our own culture. So between Emoja, the black conventions, black-owned comic book creators, Blurred Station with the media, we're feeding into a whole ass ecosystem that can work and sustain us, and we can build out. You see what happens at DreamCon. You see what happens at BlurredCon with the partnerships and the sponsorships. If we can do that nationwide, then we're doing something for our kids that nobody else can take away. Consider that. Think about going to the local comic book convention, you know, within your state, and support that, as opposed to trying to make something new. Support what's already here. All right. And then let's see what we can do all together. All right. That's the message for this. That's the mission. Network.
So DreamCon this week. I hope you guys are you got the same algorithm I got. DreamCon's been getting shed on because how come they could dress up like Goku, but not Ianu? Why is Mega Man being dressed like as? Why is there cosplays of Supergirl and Spider-Man, but no one's dressing up like actual black characters? What's going on here? This is pathetic. There's so many creator-owned that no one's giving a shot. The creator, like it's like the anime fest. It's like the celebration of content that is from outside, from Japan, mostly. It's mostly some stuff about Japan, but like even a guy like Batman, like why are people dressing up like him instead of dressing up like the black superheroes that do exist, from Acolyte to you know all of them that are.
So I've never
suits
been
every
to a
single one.
con, but is DreamCon like black folks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So
the RDC is the one who created DreamCon.
okay, so
I
we're
don't know if
wondering
that's
why black folks at this convention are not dressing up as. Okay, now it makes more sense.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
for one, you'd have a arena full of Storms, Green Lanterns, and Black Panthers. 'Cause if everybody's just going to choose a black character, they would choose the most popular ones. And I hear cosplaying as like some of the independent characters and things of that nature to get them pumped or get them some extra exposure. I think that takes time though. I think people dress up where the audience is. Like you don't have even the white characters. You don't see people dressing up as characters that no one gives a shit about. No disrespect, but like you have to have a fervent audience to get cosplays. Like people have to have watched and been entertained and read and built a community around that thing before you get the type of residual marketing like cosplays. And so I just think that the independent stuff has to build before you'll start seeing people, you know, spending thousands of dollars on costumes to look like them.
I also think there's a little bit of unwarranted anger towards everyone who wants to dress up like a character because you know that's who they watched on anime. That's who they want to dress up like.
I completely agree with that. First of all, I also think too for the like hurling racial slurs. Fuck you. If I want to dress up as Eric, I'm gonna do. If I want to be Magneto, I'm Magneto. If I want to be Captain America, I'm gonna be Captain. Even though there's Sam, he's not Captain America. But if I want to be Captain America, I'm gonna be Captain America. If I want to be any of them white heroes that I'm going to be that. And if you know, I mean, I get what you're saying, what he's saying, but again,
you know what this shows me is that we don't like race swaps, right? And we know that there's a crowd on the other side of the ideological track that also hates race swaps, but it just reaffirms the fact that we hate race swaps for a different reason.
Right? Oh, I've been saying
that. White, they don't like race swaps because they just simply do not want black faces interacting with their white stuff. It's like they don't want their food touching on their plate. Keep the black people over there. Keep Superman and Batman over here is how they're treating it. For us, it's more so of we want our impact in this media to be lasting, and so we don't want the secondary nature of being the black version of. For them, it is simply, we do not want to see you involved in this. I've been able to curate this world of mine that I'm invested in, completely devoid of black people. That's part of the appeal. I want to keep it that way. And so now it's gotten so hard on that now you can't even cosplay like a fucking character. Like I'm not a fucking actor in a production. You ain't gonna see me on HBO Max. You're not gonna see me on Disney Plus. I'm standing in a room full of nerds being a nerd. And if you are going to take it to that extra level of no, you black, you can't have a Goku costume on, then not only fuck all the way off, but do something about it. You know, do something.
See, I was gonna say that, but you know,
like,
same thing. Yeah, do
something about it.
I know that's not everybody's personality and demeanor, but walk up on me at some con and tell me I can't.
If you want to.
And also too, like think about it, like I said, the people on the other side of the spectrum, they even get upset when we have original characters that are black, and they'll still get mad because the thing is, we're not supposed to step outside of their shadow. We're not supposed to no longer be the sidekick. We're not supposed to be the ones in front. That's why I said if they ever finally made a Static movie, they would get mad because Static's sidekick is a white boy. They would find a way to be upset about that because how dare you swap out and make the black guy the lead and the white guy the side character? How dare you do something like that? So they'll get mad either way. If it's not something that they can put us into a box with the box that they put us in for so long, then they'll find a way to get upset about that.
I did not mean for that to come from all three of us.
I was wondering why it was popping up so many times in the chat. I'm like, why is the chat being spam?
I
like
didn't
that?
know when we post in the chat, it posts for all three of us. Do we have to designate which one of us it comes? It says all over here. Okay. Yeah. That. Why would it be preset to all, though? That's dumb. Anywho. But yeah, that's the camera I'm working with. You want to talk about House, Torian? Probably
About
be
who?
better now. The House of the Dragon.
Oh yeah. Yeah, House of the Dragon. It was pretty tame this weekend. You know, kind of like last week, but I can tell next week. Oh, they about to go win. I'm telling you, Ormond Hightower is going to be a problem.
So
I can already tell he is going to be a problem.
I think he'll be an annoyance, but his dragon not big enough, so I can already see where that's going.
No, he don't have a dragon. You thinking about Daron?
I'm talking about what's the name? Son, Alicent's son's dragon is not big
Daron,
enough.
Yeah, Daron.
To make any
Syrian.
Yeah. So wait on. Is Daron Ormont is the guy?
Ormont. Yeah, Ormont Hightower. Yeah, he's the one. That's where Daron is at right now, and he basically ordered him to kill that man. I said because Daron is like too nice, so he's basically trying to mold him. It's kind of like how Palpatine was with Anakin before he became all the way leaned into the dark side with Darth Vader.
No, I think first of all, Daemon wasn't doing anything but drinking, fucking, and killing in King's Landing, because you were literally in that family. You was in that family. Mm-hmm. That's your nephew. That's Viserys' son. How the fuck you don't know that he don't have white hair? You mean that's the only one of Alicent's children that has hair like her, and you just took the first blonde baby that you seen?
And not only that, remember when he left, I said the test should have been the dragon should have followed him. And it did. It just stayed right there.
And the dragon didn't scream.
And just didn't move nothing.
So that
was bad. That was a bad call on Daemon right there. That was a very bad.
He was there when the baby, well, not when the baby was born, but he was around, right? Like he was there before the baby got sent off to live with Ormont. So like, how did you not know that that's the only one of her kids? Like that's a pretty defining factor. It's the only one of her children that doesn't have the ice white hair. Yeah.
Yeah. And the only one of Alicent's kid doesn't seem like they're corrupt outside of Helena, but you know she got them powers, so that kind of makes her a little cuckoo sometimes. But
wait a minute, did they say that? That
what?
I thought Ormond dyed both their heads.
No, or wait, you talking about in the book or in the show?
I thought in the show as well. I thought he died both. I know he didn't in the book. But in the show, I thought he dyed both the boys' heads. So Darren is not blonde in the show.
No, his hair is red. His hair is the same color as Alicent. His hair is the same color as Alicent.
I see. Okay.
That's why when Alicent walked in the room and she was like, "Who is this?"
She was like, "Who this? Who this man?"
Right. And Rhaenyra picked up that nonverbal cue immediately. And was like, "Wait a minute."
The double take. She looked at him, then she looked back at her, and then looked back at him. She's like, "You don't know this baby. You don't know this baby."
I thought he dyed both their heads. I didn't know that. I thought they changed it.
I think this was the episode of tragic mistakes. I think a few people have made these last two episodes really have been the episodes of tragic mistakes.
Yes, definitely.
I think Rhaenyra has made a couple of decisions within her court that ultimately is going to hurt her. I don't know if it'll ultimately lead to her downfall, but it's definitely going to come back to bite her in the ass, especially with that shit with Alan, with Corlys and Alan. Yeah, that was some bullshit. That was some bullshit. I also think her not really recognizing what kind of problem she has in Ulf is going to be part of her undoing. That's probably more damning than the Corlys thing, because Corlys is bound to honor. He probably won't betray her. Ulf will definitely fucking betray you. He will absolutely betray you.
Off the white.
What else? I think old thirsty bucket over there, Sir Christian Cole, is leading his garrison into a very, very bloody fight, because you can only guerrilla warfare so much until they find your garrison. Rhaenyra has 5 dragons. She got dragons to spare. We can send them dragons out. We can send one dragon out to hunt you day and night. And there's nothing you can do to defend yourself. Rhaegar's not coming. At least not right now. At least not immediately. Daeron's dragon's too small for even the smallest of Rhaenyra's dragons. What else do you got? Who else you got? So his idea is let's keep stinging them and running away and try to take out an army that's 10 times our size before they get to King's Landing. It's just...
And also, I got to throw this in there. Aegon, know that you are not the king anymore. No one's looking at you with any type of authority. Larys is trying to help you. I mean, he is getting on my nerves. I mean, literally, you are literally supposed to be a fugitive on the run. You have to play the part. Larys is telling you, play the part. Stop talking like you are still at King's Landing and you with your wishes, your command, you can do whatever it is you want. The fact you went up there and got mad because you didn't have no food and telling the man, do you know who you talking to, or do you know who I am? Like, what? Do you know where you are?
At the end
you
of the
get some
day,
shit cut off you.
He has never been in a position like that. I
Yeah.
definitely agree with you, but he's never been in a position like that. He's always gotten whatever he's wanted.
How many near-death experiences do you need to get it though? Like, how many times do you need to almost die to understand? Like, you not
right. He did
have
to, and you're right. He did have to kiss them nasty boots,
nasty ass boots, and that's after you almost died with Rhaenyra's soldiers because you was talking too fucking much. So it's like,
if Larys was not there, he would have been.
He'd already been dead. Yeah, he'd already been dead.
He would not have made it that far without Larys.
Dude, did they kill?
I didn't even understand the job that they gave him. What was the job? He's mixing piss and shit. Why is he doing that? Why is that a job that somebody has? Why are they doing that?
Did the show kill Sunfire? Is that what I got?
Aegon believes Sunfire is alive. Like, he says, I can
that
feel
that
him.
thing deader than dead.
I think that thing is dead.
That thing dead.
Yeah, but people were pointing out on Twitter and things like that. If Sunfire was dead, then he'd be also rotting like Melee's body was rotting. They died the same day.
They cut Melee's head off. They cut Melee's head off. Like, you don't decompose. Well, I don't know how dragons decompose, but Melee's head was chopped off. They took her head somewhere.
If Sunfire is dead, there are a couple changes within this episode and the last as to where I am starting to. I'm not enjoying it still. I'm still here. Yeah, I still like it. So fine. I mean, I didn't enjoy some of these changes that they've made, but I'm starting to see why George exited.
Yeah, it's definitely different from the stories that I've heard. And
also,
I was just gonna say that's not a bad thing, because I feel like there's still room to be surprised by some things. Like the ending isn't guaranteed. Well, it still has to end reasonably in the realm of how the book ends.
They have to end it in the same way that Joffrey told. I forget. Marjorie.
Do they though? Remember, we were talking about this before the season started. That seems to be like a setup. We get those stories all the time where people are like talking about things that happened in the Game of Thrones timelines, and then we actually get to the point of that happening in real time, and something slightly different happened. So yeah, maybe her end comes the same way, but there's more context to it than what was previously known, because that's how all these stories end up. There's no recording. They're only halfway writing this shit down. Only the rich people write shit down, and there's no video of it to test the theories or to check it. So it's just basically word of mouth. Somebody told Joffrey that, and somebody told that person that, and somebody told that person that, and we probably lost a lot of story along the way.
She better die the way she died in the book.
Can we also talk about
things I'm waiting on?
Can we also talk about what happened when Daemon went to the Vale
and found Rhaena?
Well, Caraxes found Rhaena because he was getting ready to leave about it there, but then Caraxes was like, "Oh nah, I smell
Like,
something.
what's that? Yeah, what's
that? He said, I smell dragon. And then that's when he found out Raina was hiding out in that cave. She done cut all her locks off. She up there looking bummy and unbathed and unseasoned. And
they didn't have to do her like
that.
She's living in a cave. The Lady Aaron will not let her back in within the castle walls. She out there living in a cave eating fried sheep.
Man, somebody made her look like the mayor from Chicago or New York. That black mayor. The short.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Lori Lightfoot.
Lori Lightfoot.
Yes. Yes. They didn't have to do right. They didn't have to do her like that in the show.
And she was like, I want that dragon. She wanted that dragon back. I mean, she finally tamed the dragon because clearly she has control of it now. But man, she was looking toe up from the flow up. And Damon
control of does she have control of him?
I mean,
control of sheep.
I mean, she was able to fly out of there with Sheep Stealer, though.
One of the things that a lot of other people kept mentioning too, which I definitely agree with after seeing it, what Viserys told Rhaenyra, the illusion that we control the illusion that we control the dragons is that just that, an illusion. You saw that in this episode. Daemon doesn't control Craxes. Craxes did whatever the fuck he wanted to do.
I mean, they are. He says in this episode, the dragon's not a precise weapon, right? Like they do have some will. I think they mind. Like they will mind you, but even a horse, if it's spooked, will go off and run wild. You know what I mean? Like
that is true.
Even domestic animals.
Craxes wasn't back to their Craxes was like, hey, there's something that has my interest.
We don't know. We don't know if he was spooked. Maybe he went over there to investigate when he finally seen Sheep Stealer. You see, he got the fuck out the way when he came up out that cave.
Yeah, but he was also screaming at Sheep Stealer. He was also screaming at Sheep Stealer when Sheep Stealer was in the cave. Daemon had to tell him, hey. That's control. Craxes ain't scared of no damn Sheep Stealer.
That's control, number one. But number two, hey, he yelled, but he didn't go in there.
That's not really control. That was something like just like, hey, bro, let me do some talking real quick. Because if Caraxes wanted to, he already showed y'all. When Daemon was like, serve me, Craxes said, no, I'm going this way because I want to. So
he smelled Raina. That's what he smelled. He smelled Raina. He was like, I'm about to take you to go see your daughter. Let's have a family reunion.
And then when Damon yelled out into the cave saying, show yourself, that's exactly what Sheep Stealer did. Open his mouth slightly and let the fire just kind of tickle on his tongue and not spray out and kill Raina. It was like, oh man, it was like, oh, it's somebody down here. And then she started walking forward. I said that was probably one of the most spooked looks I've ever seen Damon have on this entire show. He legitimately looked shocked to see what he saw. And he tried to plead with Raina and tried to get her to leave. He said, look, I can bring you back to King's Landing. We'll explain what happened as an accident, but you gotta leave the. He said, but you gotta leave. She said you gotta leave. She said you gotta leave the dragon. She was not about to leave that dragon, and I knew that the reason she didn't want to leave that dragon is because she felt like every other person has a dragon in that bloodline except her. She didn't want to feel left out. She didn't want to feel less than. She said she didn't want to be seen basically as the black sheep. Like she's like, how is it that I have this bloodline and I don't have a dragon? Like people look down on me. So it's really, that's what it really all boils down to, is that she wants a dragon so she can feel a part. Like she feels like she's a part. And then she got the wildest dragon at that.
I will say that part of it doesn't make a lot of sense, because on one hand, you want to remain in exile and away from your family because you feel like they'll never forgive you. But on the other hand, you won't get off the fucking dragon because you want to prove yourself to your family and you want to be just like all the other Targaryens. It's like, okay, well, you know, there's a big gap in between those two things that you want there. You want to remain away from everybody and in seclusion because you feel like you're punishing yourself, but then you're also at the same time trying to endlessly please them and be exactly like them. So you either are exiled or you're not. You know, you kind of got to pick a lane on that regard. I feel like she should have just went to Dragonstone to begin with. As soon as you had,
that's what I said. As soon as she went right to Dragonstone, that's what I said.
Dragonstone. They'd been like, "Oh, you got us another dragon. Cool, it's all right. Don't go fight."
And the wildest dragon, and the wildest dragon at that. Like that would have been one heck of an accomplishment for her and for them. I was so mad that she went over there and thought that she could take that wild dragon that she just got that day and then
got it
that battle to that day. Not a whole
She's
24
never flown
hours.
anywhere. She's never done shit with this dragon. She's going off a straight. This is what I see. This is what I've seen.
When I saw her flying with the dragon going towards Dragon's I was like, oh, Raina actually finally got that dragon. But then I saw her turn. I was like, no, don't. I was like, don't turn. I was going to say, turn back. I was like, go to Dragonstone, land that dragon. And I said, if we'd have did that, Jace would have still been alive.
No, he probably still would have got killed. He was stupid. He went out there in the first place.
Well, he went back.
Maybe he wouldn't have died the way he died. I still got Jason's death on my bingo card because the whole setup to it was dumb. It was stupid. He was wrong about Lady Rhaenyra. He lied to Rhaenyra. He had the Queen's Guard lock her in her room. The whole buildup was I'm going to die, like I'm going to have my hero's death. That's how it was building. I think he was going to die regardless.
When that arrow got shot in the back, I was like, oh, he can survive that. But then he got 2 to the chest and 1 to the neck. I said, yep. I said, Jace is up out of here.
So I've watched that episode like 3 times now, right? And it's real funny because you can actually, as he's falling, you can see the ship getting in position to try to take a shot at the rider. He hits the water, right? He unclips and he starts swimming up. And no sooner than his head perches out the water, you see the ship passing by right behind him. I didn't notice that the first time, but they literally rode into position after he hit the water. They weren't just there. And put those 3 arrows in him. I think that either Off or Hugh is going to end up torching Tumbleton.
It might be Hugh.
I think they're going to end up torching Tumbleton.
Should be both.
Because I know Hugh's wife is over. Yeah, because I know his wife is over in Tumbleton.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think it's the second Battle of Tumbleton that Hugh joins in.
That's different because he outside of Tumbleton right now. So if anything popping off, it's gonna be him first. He got the first watch.
And also Rhaenyra, in the moment I was laughing at it, but in the grand scheme of things, I said I don't think that was a good idea to have your gold clothes go up into the Highborn and
off
take
of what Off said? Because Off said something? Like, come on, man. Now you dragging people out of their homes in the middle of the night over some shit that was written on the wall. Not even by them, by some high tower holdovers. Not for the people who cheered you when you was handing out food the other day. You done lost all that credibility. Now you beating people up in the streets over graffiti? Because Off said so. Because Off said that they hate you. Yeah, because Off is definitely the most knowledgeable person in here.
Yeah. She should be one of the things that Off is going to betray her on, is going to lead to his betrayal, is the conversation they had. He sees that those tavern people as his family. Those are the people that have always been there for him, people he's ever been able to lean on and all that kind of stuff. You're telling him, hey, you've got to exile your family and you can't talk to them no more. So if I'm Off and I've already shown you my loyalty and this and that, and now you're telling me, you already told me I can't dress up as a Targaryen. Now you're telling me I got to get rid of my actual family and I've helped you? Yeah, bitch. I'm burning Tumbleton.
Yeah, I still think he tripping. Like, fuck if that's your family or not. Hugh's wife's still in Tumbleton. He ain't even got a house yet. Adam and Alan couldn't even get their father's name, which I didn't realize that a king had to allow you to do.
She's just fucking up all around, though. Then
yeah, I didn't even know that a king or queen had to give you permission to give your name to your children. But here we are.
And after Corliss after Corliss told her about herself, in the next episode we see him doing hopping on that horse and getting about it. Alan, he said, Alan, you can take my spot at the table. Okay.
Yep.
He said, here it is. I can't legitimize you, but I can,
but you can be on some type of
position. You can be on a small council.
On a small council. So
you
now
be
she
on
got
the
to look you in
council,
your
but
face
not
every
the
day.
rank of master.
When she said Adam of Hall, I said, Corliss is going to be so pissed at Rhaenyra when he sees her again.
Was a bastard.
A bastard.
Your son, Lucerys, who I named as my heir, is a bastard.
Is a bastard.
Your son, Joffrey, is a bastard. Now say out loud why you deny my children what your children have, or something like that. I got
such that was such a great delivery. And when I heard that, it reminded me of his brother Daemon and what he said in season 1 that got him.
Our children are bastards.
Man, he said that in front of everybody. He said it with his whole chest. Because the thing is, he started off quiet. He said, "Your children are bastards."
Damon, cut that head off, boy. See, if he wasn't already trying to sow sedition, maybe he'd have got that shit off. But like at that time, Corliss was he was on Viserys' small council. He was the what was it, the Lord of Ships? I don't have that kind of sway to get you up out of this, big bro. So if you accuse, or little bro, so if you accuse that shit, you better be ready to draw your sword against Daemon, and he was not. He was not.
You know, Daemon not scared to behead nobody. He is not. Just like when the one thing that got me too was when Jasper tried to violate Alicent. Like that part was like, hurry up and get in there, get in there. And I'm so glad they got in there before he could do anything. And then he gonna sit up there, right?
The Commander of Coin, that guy,
When
he was wild. I thought that was wild as fuck. Like, hold on, man.
It was.
You just walked in her room in the Red Keep. You gonna rape the Queen Dowager in the Red Keep?
He knew he wasn't gonna pull that off if Aemon was there.
Well,
Aemon wasn't there.
You should be able to pull it off anyway. She's under 24-hour guard. There are guards right outside her door. You think they just about to allow you to ravage the Queen Dowager while you get your rocks off?
Exactly. Now I will say this though, to Alicent and Helena, y'all should be grateful for the quarters that you are living in, because if I was Rhaenyra and you was being that ungrateful, you would have been right there in the same dungeon that your father and your grandfather was rotting in for all these years that you didn't know he was in, until you got pulled back from trying to escape and you saw his headless body laid right there on that floor in front of that throne. I said that y'all said y'all living. I said, in my honest, y'all was living in the Holiday Inn.
Nothing, chilling at the Holiday Inn. I need to get Snoop Dogg dancing in that video. That would be a good super chat.
But yeah, that was House of the Dragon for the most part. Like this season is off to a great start. I'm loving it.
How many episodes this season?
8. And this was episode 4 that just passed. So we're at the halfway point.
Might watch it. I will watch it, but it's
a good show. Season 2 is probably the most lackluster season because it's mainly build up to what we're watching now in season 3, which now looking at it in hindsight, we can see why it was the way that it was.
Man, they should have.
Season 2 had some moments, but it was a lot of slow moments compared to this one, where it's a lot of fast paced stuff happening. Even when they're doing down to the politicking, it still kind of like has a pace to it that's digestible.
Cool. We go to
episode. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to change topics. Yeah.
That's right.
Hey, Steve-O, member for 37 months. Incredible. Love. Thank you. Avengers Doomsday's had a poster that came out. And as you can see, everyone's dressed up. And every single one of them is dressed up like the superhero that they're playing. Every single one is in a costume of some sort. Every single person here except for Steve Rogers. He's got the black. And this is an official poster, right? This is like actually from Marvel. They got him dressed in a way that is that way. That's the talk. I mean, is there another take you guys have of this? Isn't that what everyone's talking about? Why is Steve not dressed up properly?
I don't care nothing about that. I mean, it's Steve. He'll be doing all the Steve stuff. I want to know why in this middle section here, this bottom one underneath Dr. Doom, where we have all the Fox Universe X-Men, where in the blue bully bumfuck is Monica? Where's Monica?
Oh, where's she? She's not in any part of
Where is Monica Rambeau?
Yeah, when you got Thunderbolts, but you don't have Monica. What's
The
going on?
Scoopers have been saying she's not in this, and it just doesn't make any good sense.
Not
to
a
me as
leak of
the
sense. Not
reason
a
why
lick of
she's
sense.
not. I don't
That means we
understand.
have a second Fox X-Men universe out there just because. Like just wandering. Like why?
It just doesn't make sense for her nor Binary to be in this. To not be in this.
To not be in it, yeah.
I do not get it. I don't get it. Like that was the most interesting post-credit scene of that shit phase. And it's not I don't get it. I don't get it.
And it fits perfectly into what you're doing right now. Even if it was to try and set up Kang Dynasty, it still fits, it lines perfectly to what you're doing right now with the Fox.
I mean,
X-Men.
I thought
don't
that
know.
was a part of the whole motive. Well, I guess maybe I just made this up in my head because I definitely don't think the Scoopers were saying it. But I believed that was going to be some of the Avengers' motivation to even be going to the X-Men universe because I don't know, Carol and Ms. Marvel, we watched Monica get sucked into another universe that almost caused a incursion that I would assume the entire world saw. So why is that not even being discussed? But hey, I'm not the writers. I don't know why that doesn't connect to this movie. I don't know why Monica's not on this poster. Maybe it's a aha moment. She's gonna show up and it's like, hey,
that's what I said. Maybe it's still a surprise.
Recliner, you know, pointing. Who knows? Who knows? But go to that link I just sent in the private chat and play that. This was sent to me by Cleve17. This is literally this is the perfect reaction.
The lineup and the cast. Doom's mask. First look at Doom's mask.
They was expecting something different, boy.
Wait,
they said,
oh. 演员卡斯以及他们的造型，也让我们更加期待接下来12月份。
Man, that's just lost in translation. I don't know.
Wait a minute. The reason why it's so funny is because this almost sounds like the same reaction they had when they found out Robert Downey Jr. was being Doom. It was almost the same type of thing where you had some people like, I was like, ugh. Like it was kind of one of those type of things.
Excitement. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do at a picture? But like Kevin Feige says, it's the first time you see Doom's mask, so that is something. It's not nothing. But like, what did I think it was going to be? A silver mask? Yeah, I read it in a comic. I saw it.
That poster's ass.
It is. When I saw it, I was like, Marvel, y'all endorsed this poster. I said, y'all can do way better than that and have done better than that. I said, who did you fire in your art department and brought in this amateur to create this? Or did y'all use Chat GPT to make
I about to say that's Claude they're using Claude. Claude, make us a poster for Avengers Doomsday. Make sure you include the Thunderbolts, the X-Men, Wakandans, and who else was in there? Doom, of course, Doom.
That poor
Loki's in there.
representation from Wakanda. Oh, that's a poor representation from Wakanda. They said Shuri and M'Baku.
Let's see. Shuri and M'Baku. That's the whole nation right there, baby. Whole nation. We don't need no Doras. What the hell is a Dora? We don't need that shit. We got Shuri.
Look who's in the center of it. It's Dr. Doom, and then the next biggest face. Huh?
No, go ahead, Joe. The next.
Well, just looking at the faces and everything, and think about like the failures of Shang-Chi, because he's all the way on the right side of the image. The failures of what the Thunderbolts were, and like the X-Men are more prominent. They're right in the center. Then Brave New World Sam Wilson, who's just flying off to the side over there. It actually shows you like, yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder. That was that movie. That's why you're on the side. Your movie was what your movie was. But you know who's in the center? The Cyclops guy, Chris Evans. I guess Reed Richards is a brand new movie which is getting highlighted, right? But Wakanda, you guys are in your little place over here, and so is Shang-Chi. It's such an indictment on.
And also, Chill, if you look right underneath Doom's chin, you see Loki kind of faded into the background.
Oh,
it is Loki right there.
Yeah, that's that TV show love, you know.
I tell you what though, with this being, if this is the ensemble, if there are no aha moments and no other people pop out, it should be no shock to any viewers why they get their asses beat by Doctor Doom. At least in Infinity War, the ensembles put together to go at Thanos, to go at Proxima Midnight and the rest of them. You actually believed those teams. You actually believed you believed that Iron Man with the Guardians, with Strange and Spider-Man could actually beat Thanos in that moment. It was a gasp when he stabbed Iron Man. That was a gasp. I don't see any gasp here. We've got Chris Evans dressed as the local plumber. You've got the Fantastic Four, who, with take away Sue, none of them did anything fantastic in their movie. Shang-Chi didn't get the respect he should be getting because his movie was damn good. Besides that third act, you got Falcon up here, and I'm saying Falcon because they made sure to hide that damn star. then to the far left, you've got the Thunderbolts, and no one went and saw their movie. The only believable thing on here is the X-Men and Thor, because I don't know what the fuck Ant-Man's doing. And I don't need to mention the Wakandans.
And I don't see Ant-Man's daughter or Hope, but I do see Sam's sidekick over here. So at least he made the cut.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't even see little buddy back there. That's a good eye. Torres.
Gambit made it out in the post-credit scene of Deadpool and Wolverine. Actually, I don't even know if this is the same Gambit, so it's not the same Gambit.
Yeah, but say, how the hell did he make it there, but Monica not there? So
yeah,
so Gambit made it out of the diverse, wherever the fuck they were at, the delete diverse. But Monica's just somewhere adrift. She's somewhere we can't explain at the moment.
Well, she's just not in the poster. She could probably be in the movie. And
Monica's getting her trench coat.
She could be in the movie. They could give us an aha moment. She very well could be in the movie. I mean, it just makes sense for her to be, but
would it be fan service if Gambit said the line, "I'm gonna make a name for myself," or if he says, "Remember it"? He won't say that, but he'll if he says, "I'm gonna make a name for myself," that would be cool.
Well, they said they're trying to scale back from all that too with him. Remember, he did that whole interview where he said we're not trying to be as funny, and they didn't do as, I guess he's not doing as thick of a Cajun accent as in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Then yeah, maybe he is a different universe Gambit.
Yeah, yeah. So there's that. We'll see the trailer. I guess what next week? Next week's SDCC, right? See the trailer next week.
Oh, it's 7 days from now.
Next week we will see the trailer. There is. Oh no, that was something different. But yes, next week we will see the trailer.
Comic-Con. Yes, we sure will. And so we can put not speculation in bed, but we can put some of the or it'll either be the start of my hype or it'll be the confirmation that this shit is headed in the trash.
Just go see
Alex over at the Cosmic Circus said, let me make sure I'm getting his words correct about what to expect from this Comic-Con. He said, he said, think of it as something along the lines of 2022 through 2024 panels. From what I've heard, more like 2024 than 2022. Should be a fun time for those attending. So whatever they did in 2024, what was their 2024?
What did they do in 2024? Was that Doom? Was that
Daredevil?
Oh, was that the Doom shit? Oh, well then.
Yeah.
So they're not dropping Jaws.
I was about to say it may be just one big surprise, one big reveal, whatever that may be.
I also don't think Marvel's in the position to, everybody keeps talking, me included, and I'm gonna keep talking about them, but everybody's talking about DC not attending and things like that, blah blah blah, and how stupid that is. But somebody tried to tell me, well, James Gunn's busy filming a movie. How would he do it? Stop talking to me.
He's busy filming a movie.
Stop talking to me.
Where do they film? They film in California, don't they?
I'm pretty sure that's where they're filming the movie.
As if Kevin Feige not making movies right now. Like, what do you think Kevin Feige doing?
Yeah,
What do you
like
think he's
Star
doing?
But if you know that they're gonna do the trailer, which everyone knows that they should do the trailer, they're about 6 months away. Then why, as DC, would you have something that you know you're not gonna get airtime and publicity because everyone's too busy talking about Avengers?
I just think he knowing that that you're not wrong. Everybody is that is going to be the talk, but he could still come with like, okay, you know, boom, boom, bang, bang. We're going to do this, do that, do this. It would at least get the people talking about DC in a positive light. Possibly, can't speak for what he would show. Possibly, instead of this sour conversation where now we're back on hating on lanterns because of the leaks and stuff.
Yeah, don't say nothing about them leaks. I don't want to know shit. I left the room when they talked about it earlier.
So yeah, it's yeah. So I don't know. I think they just and I agree with what Grace was saying. I don't say that often, but I agree with what Grace was saying on her show. This whole throwing in Blue Beetle to Manitou, that's not what is that doing for the movie? Like most people said, 16 people saw that movie in theaters, and the 16 people were the only ones retweeting and excited about Blue Beetle being in Man of Tomorrow. I don't know what the scene's going to be or how long he's going to be in the film or whatever it is, but like Grace was saying, it feels desperate now that because there's no secret his ass is on the line. It feels desperate now that you are pulling in these people. And again, Grace said this. I've been saying this. It would be easier to just call the movie Justice League. Oh my God. Are we finally there? Everyone? Is everyone finally there?
Now,
are we
why
finally
is
seeing
Peacemaker
it?
in the league?
He changed the title of Superman Legacy to just Superman. Maybe he'll change Man of Tomorrow to Justice League.
Justice League.
Yeah, because you got literally the Justice League member all there except Batman
and Flash. He won't have.
And I agree with what other people have been saying too. So somebody said, you're telling me that all these people are in Man of Tomorrow and all this shit's going on in the universe and Batman just doesn't give a fuck? I'm like, I agree.
Hey, Maxima, they got Brainiac, Superman here, Wonder Woman here, Blue Beetle here, Peacemaker involved for some reason. Don't know why the fuck.
Peacemaker's in Man of Tomorrow?
Rumored.
Allegedly.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, he was in
Martian
Superman 2.
Manhunter
He
there.
was on. He could be on TV for like a one little segment. Here
Okay,
too.
you're right.
Martian Manhunter, like literally everybody except for Batman.
Yeah, he's busy with the creature commandos in the ceiling.
They should do that, and then at the very end of the movie, just have Alan Richardson walk in and be like, "Hello, everybody. My name's Bruce. I'd like to talk to you about investing in your little group here." Some shit like that, you know?
Yeah.
Wayne Enterprises.
Yep. My name's Bruce, the CEO here of Wayne Enterprises in Gotham City.
Yeah.
Cut right there. That's enough.
He does need to. James Gunn does need to do kind of a fan event of some sort. Maybe bring back DC Fandom, do something. Just not this week. But show me that you have a plan. But that's the thing. Like, we know he doesn't. He already did it once and failed that in 2023 when he did the whole "these are my 10 projects" and that's not happening. So like, there's nothing he can do. How does he fix this? How does he generate excitement? It's just you got to do output. You got to show us the work.
Yeah, and he just has to make sure he delivers a really good. If the movie's good, it'll take away all this negative conversation. You know, not to steal a word out of John's playbook, but he's not the first one to ever say this. Winning cures everything. If you win, like for example, I mean, when I coached, we won. Parents weren't in my ear. We lost. Why didn't my baby play more?
So Lanterns, can that, if it's a good show, does he get points for that, or is it that's just a TV show, doesn't count?
Lanterns and Clayface together, I think, will get him to survive until Man of Tomorrow.
I give him points for Lanterns because Jon Stewart's in it and he is a member of the league.
He'll be able to say, all right, Lanterns was a successful television show. Green Lantern is going to show up in the next Superman movie, so that keeps the hype train going towards that. Clayface will be a it will be a movie that makes its money back plus, hopefully.
Okay.
And so he'll be able to boast that as a financial success. So now he gets to present that as momentum. We can get out of this Supergirl funk, stop talking about that, and start talking about some of our more recent positive stuff. That if those go well, it will carry him into Man of Tomorrow. He has to deliver on Man of Tomorrow, though. He can't post another 500 million. He has to kill with Man of Tomorrow.
Yeah,
calling it Man of Tomorrow is
human monies. Shout out to Danhausen.
Yeah, he's really got to knock Man of Tomorrow out of the park. He's got to knock it out of the park. And I don't think it's exaggeration to say if it doesn't, he's probably gone.
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah,
Stunsky.
But
he set himself up like this. If we had a Batman project already loaded and ready to go, if we had a Wonder Woman already cast and working on her project, if we had a Barry Allen, like hell, you could be working on a Cyborg project right now, and I think that would suit a little bit better than some of the other stuff that you're working on. But since we've been playing in Creature Commandoville and fucking Peacemaker and just all it Clayface, all this niche stuff, it's just you don't have long rope. You're posting up losses with even the stuff you are working with. So
just to reiterate what the white dude said in his on the podcast that he's on, I don't know what the name of it was, but I retweeted the video. None of us in 2019 went and saw Captain Marvel because we wanted to see Captain Marvel. We went and saw Captain Marvel because it was a part of a larger story that we were previously invested in. Nobody gave a fuck about Captain Marvel or anything like that. That has been evident with every other appearance she has had since her movie. People just don't care. But we cared enough because it was a part of a larger story, blah, 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 blah.
Penguin was starting the same way in the beginning.
Yeah, you starting with these characters that you're starting with. This is why I have been saying what I've been saying on my own individual streams and been getting pushed back. I don't understand. It's because you're starting with characters that it's not that we don't give a fuck about them. It's that in the grand scheme of your storytelling right now, why do I care about Supergirl? What is she doing that is? And I still say the same thing about Clayface. So. Lanterns is help me, John Stewart. You're my only hope. Because that's where it is.
Did you want to talk to Arthur Rose for a minute or no? Did we do a good enough job?
I think that as I said, the apology needed to be directly to Michael himself. It didn't need the extra wording as far as like, oh, it barely scraped it or whatever the fuck that it did. No, he did $1 billion just like any other movie does $1 billion. It may not have gotten there at the speedy time that you wanted it to get there, but the goal was $1 billion and they got that $1 billion. So, as I said on Twitter, address all apologies directly to Michael because it wasn't me you doubted. It was the star power of Michael Jackson, which was always baffling. Always baffling. It never made sense. I would say your age was showing, but there was niggas older than you going against him too. So it never made sense. Never made sense. Never made sense. But yes, it hit that $1 billion. It hit that $1 billion. And that second one, you want to throw your bets in? That one's going to hit a billion too. It's going to be a bit darker, but it's going to hit $1 billion too.
It's going to be darker than this?
Yeah, we got to dive into some shit.
They're going to have to handle the allegations. Yep.
No, I think they're not allowed to touch on that.
Some of the cases, not all.
1993 one. The Jordan Chandler one they can't touch. But
the one
maybe
that they wrote about in the film.
But maybe the second one that came in the early 2000s, we haven't heard that they can't touch that. So
they can do Wade Robinson. I want them to do Wade Robinson. Do Wade.
He would be attached to that 2000. He would be attached to that second one because he said up there. He said up there and said that Michael didn't do what they accused him of, and then come back years later in that.
And then come back years later.
Even Neverland and say something happened. And
If
not
I'm
only
writing-
that, go ahead, Chill.
Well, I just wouldn't include any of that because it didn't happen. It's false. Why would I have that
Because
part
you
of the
have
story?
to.
We're gonna talk about the songs that he made instead. Like, I don't
use it to
wanna
reinforce the
highlight-
fact that he didn't do anything.
But you dignify it by recognizing.
Yeah, but my thing is, if you're going to do a biopic, and I say this about any biopic, and I'm seated for the Sylvester Stallone one. If you're doing a biopic, you have to be accurate to the, even if it shows you in an ugly light or whatever. And like you said, this is being told from the family's perspective and the estate. So we are getting, it's not as if they are going to be, you know, Nancy Grace going after him in the movie. It's going to be, they're going to address it, but it's not going to, because you can't paint him as a criminal because he's not a criminal, but it's going to be, they got to address it though. They have to address the allegations if you're doing a biopic.
They could address it without giving 10 minutes of the movie to it too. What would you say? How much time goes to it?
I would disagree, just simply because it was a large part of Michael's life after where we left off in the film, after the bad tour. It got ugly. It got ugly. It got so ugly to the point Michael left. I mean, he moved out of the country, bought a whole nother house in, where was it, Ireland or whatever the hell. Didn't do appearances and all that kind of stuff. I think that first time in the This Is It, when he came out for the This Is It tour, that was the first time that the man had been seen in quite some time.
They also say that was the start of his drug addiction, was the allegations in the court cases. It killed him emotionally and mentally, and that's what kind of led him into getting into some of the stuff he was into toward the end of his life.
Okay.
And also too, I had to add that Michael broke like a whole bunch of records, like as far as like the money and the financial side of it, like, it had a huge opening weekend for a biopic. It became the highest grossing music biopic. It beat Bohemian Rhapsody, which ironically was made by Graham King as well. So like he's 2 for 2 at this point. And then it became the highest grossing biopic by beating Oppenheimer.
Not to cut you off, Torin. The Little Girl Next Door could have made this movie about Michael Jackson, and it would have done it. It was Michael, not Graham. It was Mike.
Yeah, and then it beat
Apologize, Torian. How fucking dare you just equate Graham King's talent to the success of the film? How?
And now it's the first biopic to hit $1 billion, and that's the first time this ever happened. And it is also, shout out to Jafar Jackson, because he is the first actor in a lead role in a debut film to hit $1 billion ever, and the only
Mad
actor
respect
to do
to that boy. Mad respect.
Hey, but guys, don't forget, Jafar is not Michael.
No.
Okay, Jafar is not Michael.
Listen, you gotta tell the little kids that, because little kids are thinking that he is Michael Jackson because they weren't alive to see the real Michael Jackson. So when they see this movie, they think that it's him. And today,
Darius, can I give credit to Jafar, or if anyone played him, it would be the same. You can give credit to Jafar for looking like Michael.
Listen, Jafar.
I don't think anybody else could have done what he did. And it wasn't given to him just because he was the nephew. We did on my stream, but we watched like the little behind the scenes thing. He had to do acting classes for 2 years prior to that and still didn't even know he was going to get the role. And then after that, the amount of work he put into disciplining his body and to learning all the dance moves. They just put out that 4-minute video of him doing the behind the scenes rehearsal for Bad. The boy literally embodied his uncle. And I don't know that anybody else would have had that level of care and discipline to really do what he did as a first-time actor. To do that too, that's insane. Every time I've seen the Michael movie quite a few times now, and every time he first comes on, when they transfer over from him as the young Michael to the older Michael, and Jafar speaks, it never ceases to amaze me how it sounds like you were just literally listening to like Mike's talking. So I think if he doesn't get nominated for an Oscar, there's some snubbing or something going on.
We don't care.
He most definitely should.
Because it's he's
and I said
now y'all know that damn Academy. Y'all know that damn Academy. It's not.
Did O'Shea Jackson get a nomination for Straight Outta Compton?
No actor for Straight Outta Compton got nomination, and what was killing me is the fact that if any one of the actors should have got a nomination, it should have been Jason Mitchell for playing Eazy-E.
Jason Mitchell for Eazy-E.
Eazy-E, boy, he killed that shit. He killed that shit.
We're dead.
Yeah.
Now I was saying this in a
hypothetical Janet movie.
Love biopics.
We can do magic.
I would not be opposed to a Janet biopic. I would not be opposed to it.
Janet, a Rhythm Nation.
And you want to know what's so crazy though? This would be interesting. And a lot of people didn't think about this until I had mentioned it in my live that I did about Michael hitting the billion earlier in the week. I said that if, let's hypothetically say Jafar Jackson gets nominated for Best Lead Actor at the Oscars, if he gets nominated and he wins, this will be the first time in Oscar history that back-to-back lead actors were won by Black men. Michael B. Jordan and then Jafar Jackson. And then Michael B. Jordan, as last year's winner, would have to hand the Oscar to him. That'll be the first time that will have ever happened if it goes down like that.
They're going and purposefully they're gonna invite the Tourette's boy. What's his name?
Oh Lord! Oh God!
Yeah,
but
no, if I respected the organization,
but you know what?
I'd be more happy.
But honestly, if this acting nominations for Michael, definitely Jafar for lead and Coleman Domingo for supporting, like hands down.
Yeah, I don't know why y'all keep trusting these folks with y'all's.
But they've already, but they already have. But
these folks. Getting your expectations up. Coleman Domingo should be best supporting for sure. As they didn't get nominated. Watch.
But here's the thing though, like a lot of people don't know a lot of people don't forget that Jafar Jackson and Coleman Domingo have already started winning some smaller awards for their portrayals already.
I'm sure they're campaigning.
Like award shows, some awards that they have going on right now. That not the big ones like Golden Globes or SAG or whatever like that, but like this, like the campaign is already started. I can definitely see them in the technical side too, like the makeup for sure, like makeup and hair in the costume design for sure. Yeah.
I'm
even
sure
the cinematography too, because even the cinematography for how they recreated like the Thriller video, like how they did the Motown 25. How they recreated like some of his tours, like the camera work that they did for that. Like it was like you literally felt like you were there.
I'm sure they'll win a lot of technical stuff, costume, score, soundtrack, stuff like that.
Yeah.
For like best lead, supporting. They show me too many times what they do over there. So
I agree with you.
Going back in for that.
I agree with you. If anybody, if Jafar, which he probably will, get snubbed, that's crazy because the man just, I mean, that is to me one of the best performances of this year I've seen.
Crazy as in how accurate it is to prior years, like that kind of crazy, like how much it is like the prior years of the Oscars.
Yes, it's like another year.
Here we go again.
I'm sure they'll mention him in the monologue at the beginning of they'll do a joke here and there.
And even the sidebar, what Lawrence just said, I agree with that. Indy Navarrete should get something for Obsession because she was crazy as hell in that damn movie. But you know how they do it like with horror. But the thing is, horror has been creeping more and more into the award season lexicon in the last couple of years. Like you think like with Weapon Centers, The Substance. So it's been like creeping its way back more into the lexicon when it comes to these big awards. And honestly, if it came down to it and she was nominated, she would be my pick. Honestly, she would definitely be my pick in that category.
Oh, in the sequel, does Janet Jackson go, you know, you guys can put me in this movie. Like, I don't mind being a part of this success.
I said
now that it was successful, that would be crazy.
I said this. I said if they do in the sequel talk about Scream, Janet would have to be there because that's a collab that they both did. That like I don't see how they
were in
how they
Scream?
talk about Scream, not the movie Scream show.
The
I'm
music
talking about the song.
I've been boozy since I left. I ain't changing for a check. Tell my mind I ain't forget.
Yeah,
Feel
we
about it,
got a
tomato.
super chat. Lawrence says The Odyssey, Obsession, Project Hail Mary. Have you seen that one, Torian?
I started to watch it, but I haven't finished it. But everybody who has watched it said that they liked it.
And then Toy Story 5 and then Michael are my top movies so far.
That's a good list.
That is a good list.
It's been a good year, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say the I've seen for me this year, I've seen more hits than misses, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I've seen everything on this list except for Toy Story 5 and Odyssey.
And we know Spider-Man's coming. We expect that to be good.
Yes,
Avengers
we expect you
Doom.
can expect that to be good. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks like that's going to be really good. I haven't. The only one I haven't seen is Project Hail Mary and Odyssey. I've seen the others.
Darius, I saw the Odyssey was after one, so I can say I saw it last night. Easily one of the best movies I saw this year, and definitely when you go watch it in IMAX. Christopher Nolan did his big one with this one.
Darius, you hear this guy? He said the reason why Jafar is not going to win the best leading actor is because of Odyssey. It's going to kill it. Matt Damon.
Stop.
Odysseus ain't got shit on Michael.
Get him, Darius. Get him.
Yeah, Mike's proven himself already. He's proven himself. He's going to do it again.
Super
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And everything.
Not Michael, but he the second coming. Talking about Jafar?
No.
Michael reincarnated.
I saw a TikTok though where I've seen so many TikToks of children dancing to Mike, but this one lady said, I just wish my child would let Mike rest in peace, because how did you even find out about him? She's like, how did you? It was funny. I was walking in Target the other day because I went and picked up the little MCU Hulk, and as I was walking out, there was some white kid singing Billie Jean, and I just said, the influence. Your children's children will know who he is. I'm on a preference that I've said that many times.
That's what they mean when they say timeless music.
Yeah,
my daughter is the same way. She's all of 3 years old, and she knows Thriller enough to tell you to put it on the Google Hub or put it on the TV. Like, Thriller. Okay, baby, we're gonna play Thriller.
And also now Jafar is getting more into endorsements because now he is an ambassador with Ralph Lauren Polo. I don't know if y'all saw the ad campaign that they put up. It looks really nice. The suit that he had on looks really, really nice, like that they have. So now he's kind of like an ambassador. So yep, I said another one whose stock is about to go all the way up.
Jonathan Major's stock was all the way up. So who's Jafar dating? That's a very poignant
Jafar's
question.
got his fiance.
He has a fiance.
Here's one of the things about that. Is she? Yeah, she is. She's white.
Oh,
she's white. You know them Jacksons ain't pulling in no sister.
You better watch out, Jafar. Watch out, Jafar. God damn it.
Unless the name is Jackie. If you know the story about Jackie Jackson and what happened to him with that car back in the day. Yeah,
we all know that story.
She's a white girl. I think she might be like, foreign white, but nonetheless she's white.
Okay. White with a little
That's
snow.
his wife. That's his wife.
Fiance.
Oh, well, engagements sometimes run long. It's like, nah. I wish him the best. I wish him the best.
Someone's been watching Love Is Blind.
And when it comes to Jafar, I don't even know if I could even see. I mean, obviously, I don't know this man, his personal life, but I don't know if we could even see what a scandal would be, because he's so timid as it is. He has the demeanor and personality of Mike. So it seems. But anyway, he's so timid. So he already really didn't want to even be in the spotlight like that. So I don't know. I don't know if we're going to see him.
Stamina says she's eggshell white.
He says spicy white.
Is there another super that came in? Yes, there is. Hey, let me put some respect on Remember the Titans.
Big bank, tight, low buy. Big bank, tight, low buy. Type of money you gonna need to sight.
Lawrence, $5. You have to apologize. This is probably to me. To Michael, Darius, Marcus, and Blue. Now Torian for cutting him off. So I get money saying apologize. I get money saying no more apologies. I get money saying apology. Guys, let it be.
You said money for whatever you said. You will say whatever.
Yes. For the $5 that Lawrence Arnoli just gave us. Michael, Joseph Jackson. First apology goes to you, Michael. Michael Jackson, you got some amazing songs and made a lot of money. And a lot of people wanted to see a movie about your career being adapted. Sorry for thinking that this movie wouldn't gross $1 billion. I've only based it off of my lack of trust in international foreign audiences because that racism is still a thing, Michael. But there you go. You were able to make it to that high box office gross. And I'm glad that you did, Michael.
And I'll never disrespect you again.
I never disrespected Michael Jackson. Apologies to Darius for telling you your fan favorite movie about him wouldn't be. What do you want the apology to be about, Darius? What should I apologize for?
I don't know. For ever thinking you were wrong, Darius, in every conversation we've ever had.
About Michael Jackson, or just every conversation we've ever had?
just everyone, just everyone in general.
You're gonna get an apology, but not that one.
Can I get that one? I want that one too.
Oh, you know what?
$5 apology.
You can just wrap me in with Mike. I'll speak to Mike about it.
Apologies to Darius, who once went to Gary, Indiana, to breathe the Michael Jackson air at that corner store.
Now, I was in Indiana for a tournament. We just happened to pass by through Gary, and I said, "Hey, stop."
Pass through is right for sure. You didn't even have to get out, player. You could just said you drove through. Say you did.
Does anyone get to apologize to me for at least predicting that it wouldn't hit internationally the way that Bohemian Rhapsody hit?
I swear to God, I wasn't going to let you get off without bringing that back up. Okay. I was going to let this conversation go by without even talking about that again.
And isn't it crazy how Michael kind of manifested this 17 years ago? Because it's funny because he announced that he was the This Is It tour in April of 2009. The Michael movie came out in April of 26. Then he said, "See you in July." And then the movie hits $1 billion in July, 17 years later.
That's a stretch. He said, "See you in July." There's only 12 months. There's only
literally he said, "See you in July." That's when he just
it. Yeah, and when he was doing his tour, and he was like, "This is it. This is it." He's like, "This is the final curtain call." Then before he got off stage, he said, "This is it. See you in July." Then he did the famous little. Then he did his other military stances, and he got off the stage. But he did say, "See you in July."
Next on the list is Marcus. Marcus, apologies. Apologies for upsetting you. Don't mean to. Yeah, don't mean to be a source of stress on your life. But I didn't think the movie would gross $1 billion. That's why I predicted it would get under $1 billion.
And I'll never disrespect the king again.
I never disrespected the human being Michael Jackson.
No, and I won't disrespect the king again.
You're the king?
No, the king. You know the king.
I didn't disrespect Michael Jackson ever. I never said a bad word about him, the person.
And How do I
Just
tell you?
Just take whatever you can get.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Whatever.
I'll do
that.
some other.
That Beatles one is worrisome when it comes to dethroning Mike. It could.
But the thing about it is, Michael still hit the billion first. It can't dethrone that. So the Beatles can come and hit a billion, but it didn't do
That's
it first.
true. It didn't do it first. That is true. I will be seeing that Beatles one as well.
Ain't gonna be no telling how expensive a movie ticket is gonna be by the time the Beatles movie hit theaters.
Oh, now we're adjusting.
But
for
also,
inflation?
does it really count? Well, I guess there's 2 parts for Michael, but there's 4 parts for the Beatles, right?
I wasn't
For all 4 of them?
saying that to say that that's the reason why it's going to beat Michael. By the way, I still think Michael could hold up over the Beatles, regardless of inflation, because I respect the game.
Okay, but if you adjust for inflation, Bohemian Rhapsody sold more.
I don't want to adjust for inflation. I was just saying it was just a fleeting thought.
Okay. Now Torian, apologize for cutting off. Torian has probably cut me off more times than I've cut him off. So that's a. It's still rude.
You cut me off with the super chat music.
I did. But like, that's just it's a lag sometimes. So yes, I did not mean to do that. Apologize for cutting you off, and apologize for I don't know, everything Michael Jackson related. I hope we're square. Nah, look at that. He didn't even give it a response. He's like, no, he's not satisfied.
We square.
No, I think Mike accepts it, so we'll be all right.
Yo, Michael Joseph. I was rooting for you the whole time, Michael. Thank you for the super chat,
Michael.
4 parts
for 4 different.
Yeah, that Beatles one is 4.
They all have their own different parts. It's not like one cohesive movie.
Oh,
they gonna give Ringo a movie?
I guess so.
The fuck? Why would we do that?
Because let's be honest with ourselves here. When it comes to the Beatles, the 2 that they talk about the most is Paul McCartney and John Lennon.
Paul and John. You gonna give Ringo a whole movie?
Maybe all 4 of them are in all of the movies. Or they're just like focus more. Like, you ever seen an episode of Lost? Sometimes there's more focus on this guy.
Like that. I think that's how they're gonna do it.
Even that's what I was envisioning when I said give Ringo a movie. I wasn't thinking it was just gonna be all him, but like, you gonna make Ringo the star of a Beatles movie? I don't see how that could possibly go well.
Maybe he gets like the 3rd Beatles movie, and you cap it off with Paul McCartney.
And you know what's so crazy? I can see it right now. They greenlight the Beatles movie, and when they come to the part about John Lennon, the first thing we're going to ask is, who's going to play Yoko Ono? Her crazy self.
Yoko and Yoko.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Now that woman wasn't scared to get into a fight. That woman wasn't scared to get into a fight, but a lot of people say she was a catalyst for why the Beatles broke up.
Is she still alive?
Well, the catalyst for why this
I don't know.
is about to break up is fatigue. It is past 1 o'clock in my time zone. I want
to in mine.
There you go. Everyone but Darius. Darius got the best time zone. I think you and Mountain Standard Time are so amazing for like catching sports and everything. Like, it's great. But we bid you adieu, bro. We're gonna see you next week.
There's one.
No, I was saying Yoko is alive. She's 93.
Sheesh.
Shout out to Yoko Ono.
And just
She's
coming
Asian,
in.
So
you have to adjust for in Asian.
Just read
they typically live a long time.
If I ever slip, I fall into a better situation. So catch up, go put some cheese on it, get out and get your bread up.
Vision Moore, 536. Vincent Moore says, Iron Lung, The Furious, Obsession, The Odyssey, Send Help, Whistle, Forbidden Fruit, 28 years later. That was this year. The Bone Temple, Evil Dead Burn, Undertone. It's been a good year.
The Furious was good. It was really good. If y'all ain't watched The Furious, please watch it. The last 30 minutes of that movie is like martial arts, just goated. Like, they choreographed that last part to perfection.
Whistle? Who did Whistle? Is that the dog movie? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Evil Dead Burn that keeps coming up from Vincent. And Iron Lung.
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
We appreciate the appreciation here on the Pantheon. Well, it's goodbye, good friends, goodbye.
Goodbye.
I don't know the rest.
And
Marcus. Take it away.
tomorrow will start today. The moon, the bear, and the big blue house will be waiting for you to come and play. Come and play. To come and play. R.I.P. Jim Henson.
Oh, Jim. Oh, Jim. I do want to say something before we get out. I was not live this week. I think I told everybody. Well, I didn't tell everybody that I wasn't going to be live this week. I was supposed to be live this week. I know I said last year, probably around this time on the stream, that I had asked for prayers or whatever it is that you do or who you speak to, send it our way for my cousin because she was diagnosed with cancer. Well, we have now reached a point where it is not looking well at all, and the lifespan that has been given is not its days. So my family has been in town. I have been with my family. I've been at my mom's because that is where she is. So it's been rough. It's been tough, and I'm trying to hold it all together on here because it's this is very tough. It's been tough on my family. This is my first cousin, a cousin I'm very, 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 very close with. So this is not easy. So I said all that to say we did create a GoFundMe because this is unexpected. I mean, the cancer is something we've known about, but we didn't expect to be here, to be honest with you. So death is never something that is prepared. It's never something that we are ever prepared for, financially, emotionally, or anything like that. So we created a GoFundMe in hopes that we can get help from family, friends, and things like that for the inevitable memorial that we're going to have. So I'm going to drop that link. If you don't, and it doesn't have to be, if you even do, don't feel obligated to either. It came to me thinking about it with the stream and things like that. And I wasn't going to stream, but my mom was the one that told me come and stream because just get out, get your mind off of things and blah, blah, blah.
Did it help?
But even if you can, it did. I had a good time. So I do appreciate you guys and the chat and everything like that. So I had a good time. I know I probably wasn't my normal self, and I definitely wanted to hit you harder about Mike, but it's okay. But I appreciate all of you guys. If you can, if you cannot, do not feel obligated. If it's $1, $2, $5, whatever, I appreciate it. So link is in the chat. I can't say I'm live next week. I just don't know. So, but please, well, again, whatever you do, whoever it is you speak to, whatever, send it our way because all the support is definitely these coming days going to be needed. So I hate to bring you down on a sad note, but I wanted to put that out, and I appreciate you guys for allowing it.
Well, yes, we appreciate you for showing up, gracing us with your presence. For real. Always fun talking to you. And the Thursdays will always be here, even when one of us can't make it. The other one will. I'll always have a substitute who can pop in. Yeah. Shout out to you, Darius, for sharing your time with us in an important time. Salute to your moms, because I think that was a good idea to come over here and do what we do on a regular basis. And we want to see you back again next week and the next week and the next week. So you're always welcome. Always good talking to you for sure. Right, Marcus?
Absolutely, bro. Condolences to you and the family, sending love and prayers, and definitely know how hard that is. So, anytime you need some time, brother.
I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. It means a lot.
Yeah. Torian, say something nice.
Definitely, prayers to you and your family, like dealing with that that cancer, my goodness. And then when you learn there's so many forms of it, it's just crazy, and how sometimes it can be so accelerated. I think all of us have probably dealt with that at one point or another in our life, and it never gets any easier. I think it's sometimes people forget that cancer doesn't just affect the person who has it, but it also affects the people around them, like the family and everyone, because it's hard. Like, it's a difficult situation, but it's one of those things that proves and shows that this is where this is where that family thing really goes from just being a word to actually being more like an action. Like now you got to really see who the family is. So definitely, prayers to you and your family, and hope for the best.
I appreciate it. Yeah, that has been the biggest thing, family. That's because family. So thank you.
Sure. GoFundMe is in each and every one of our links. Lawrence says he put on $100, and that's much appreciated for Lawrence. That's it's Lawrence, bro. Lawrence, all the love in the world.
Yeah, thank you, Lawrence. That means a lot. Means a lot. But before I cry on here, let's go. I appreciate it. Thank you, Lawrence.
Cue to Josh.
Hey, I've been watching y'all every single time on Thursday and Friday, because I swear to God, y'all switch up every now and then. But rock out. I'm fucking with it. I'm out.
Thank you, Josh.
Appreciate it.
All right,